Hey guys, I'm sitting here reading your comment. I see Leaks goes is put first, and then Danny says one, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? He's like, nah, LOL. You guys are so funny. Hi everybody. I know you guys are having withdrawal. YSL withdrawal, right? So I said, let me go ahead on and do some homework and bring some stuff to you guys. So, teacher has arrived. The teacher has arrived. Y'all know me. My past life, I always wanted to be a teacher, right? So I'm going to be a teacher with you guys, right? Hey, Leaks. So and we're gonna have a open panel after this, but I wanted to bring to you guys some attention, and I'm not gonna put my watermark on this because I want you guys to pay attention. I want you guys, hey Nick, I want you guys to pay attention. We're going to dissect it, okay? We're going to dissect this. We're going to be very slow at this. And I want you guys to see that this transcript is not the full transcript. I talked about it this morning. Brooklyn said it was clear it wasn't the full transcript. Brooklyn? Have you picked out which part was clear, Brooklyn? Have you picked out the parts that was clearly that we got that part. The 2 hours doesn't equate to 56 pages, but there are some things that we're going to do some dissecting. We're going to do some investigating. Okay. We're going to go deep. We're going to dive deep because, as an analyst in my past job working at, in the financial world, we had to dig and find numbers, right? We had to find money where money was and things like that went through our investigation. So we're going to put our investigation hat on today. Okay. Shout out to the individual who brought this to my attention. But I started digging a little bit more. Okay. A little bit more. Okay. We're going to go ahead and bring up the transcript. And I want it to be very interactive. I want you guys to pick out some things that you guys see in the transcript. Okay? The whole back and forth with Woody. Yeah. But guys, let me show you something. And we're going to go slowly by slowly. Okay? All right. Now, as you guys can see, let me make it big so we all can look at this big. And you guys can see, let me get out the way. Move out the way. I didn't want to waste any time. All right, here we go. Now, in the title says that the ex parte hearing began at 9:10 a.m., right? And it tells you who was in attendance, right? Tells you who was in attendance. According to Miss Weaver's list, we have Judge Glanville. We have Assistant DA Adrian Love. We have Attorney Kayla Bumpus. We have Court Reporter Christina Weaver. And we have Investigator Antonia Long and Rashida Hamilton. Okay? You don't see Chamberlain. You don't see Miss Hilton. You don't see anybody else. The only people you see Love. You see Glanville. You see Kayla. You see Christina. You see Antonio and Rashid. You don't even see Woody, right? You don't see Woody at all at 9:10 a.m. You don't see Woody at all. Right, guys? These are the people at 9:10 that was in the room. You see Love. I'm going to repeat again. You see Kayla. You see Christina. You see Antonio. You see Rashid. And you see Judge Glanville. Okay? Let's marinate on that for a minute. We're marinating on it for a minute. Write down those people that you see. Make sure you guys write it down. You see Glanville. You see Adrian Love. You see Kayla Bumpus. You see Christina Weaver. You see Investigator Antonio Long. You see Rashid Hamilton. How many people is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people, right? Okay, you see it's 7, right? Judge, Love, Kayla, Christina, Antonio, and Rashid. 6. You're right, 6. You see 6 people. Thank you. See 6 people, right? You don't see Copeland. You don't see Woody. You don't see Miss what's her name? Hilton. You don't see Miss Hilton, right? You don't see Woody. You don't see Hilton. I don't see them, okay? At 9:10, the only people in that room that's talking right now is you see the court reporter ask, okay, I'm ready whenever you are. You see that, right? Then you see Love starts talking, right? Love is talking. Then you see a response from the judge, right? See Love again. You see Love again. We're just taking our time to show you this, okay? You see Love, right? Then you see Bumpus and Love having some exchange. Conversation is not important. We're just going to go through here, okay? So we have 6 individuals in the room, no Woody and no Hilton, okay? So we're going to move down all the way down to page 20. What page did I put on here? We put down page 21. I'm going to go to all the way to page 21. 21. Because you still got Love and Bumpus and the judge talking. Okay? And go all the way down to page 21. The conversation is not important, y'all. We're just doing some dissecting right now. So it's basically Love, the judge, and Bumpus is talking. Okay, you see no Woody, right? No Woody in here whatsoever. They're talking about Woody, but you don't see Woody in here at all, right? You're not in the room. So you go all the way down to page 21, right? 21. The conversation is still going. Judge, Love, Judge, Bumpus, Judge, Love, Bumpus. And now we go all the way down to 21. Now, on page 21, well, 22. On page 22, there's an entry by Miss Weaver. The entry says, Judge Glanville exit chamber at 9:33. So from 9:10 to 9:33, the only people that's in the chamber is Love, Antonio, along Rashid, Miss Christina, Miss Bumpus, the judge, and the judge leaves, right? You see that, right? Now, listen to what Love says. We would like to just go into another courtroom and talk to him. Talk to who? Are they saying they're going to go talk to Woody? And give you a chance to talk to him, and then give you an opportunity to explain to him. And then court reporter says, we're off record. Ha! Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Did y'all see? Did you read that part, y'all? Can I get some interaction here, please? Can I get some interaction? You see, it says here that Judge Glanville exit the chamber at 9:33. You don't get it? Pamela says she don't get it. Pamela, you said you don't get it? Okay. Pamela, there are 6 people in the chambers talking. Woody's not there talking, right? Miss Hilton is not there talking. The only people talking is Love, Bumpus, and Judge Glanville, right? They decide to go off record. Judge walks out at 9:33, and Love says, we would like to just go into another courtroom and talk to him, give you a chance to talk to him, and then give you an opportunity to explain to him. The court reporter says we're off record. Thank you. Thank you, Bob. But y'all see that, right? So they went off of record for briefly, okay? Then who enters? Judge Glanville and Mr. Chamberlain enters the chamber at 1 minute, 9:34. Judge left at 9:33. He comes back at 9:34. Now, y'all know Judge Glanville do not come back that fast. Oh, somebody is smart. Oh, MC, you are so smart. Woo! Now, we've been dealing with this. We've been dealing with the tardiness and the on-time stuff. Y'all, come on. 1 minute, y'all. For real. 1 minute. Okay, it gets deeper, y'all. Wait. 1 minute. Where's the dog? I don't know. Jack is not in there, I guess. I don't know. But listen, okay, like we're gonna go a little bit further down. We're gonna go all the way down to page 40. We're gonna go down to page 40. Now remember, Kenneth Copeland is not in here. Remember that. Woody is not in any of these conversations up here. Remember who's in there? It's Bumpus, Love, and Glanville, right? They have no conversation with, okay? Remember that. Okay, now, we already read all of this yesterday, but I just needed to point out some stuff because we're trying to figure out how is this complete? Judge leaves at 9:33 and he comes back at 9:34. Y'all, come on. Y'all know that's not possible. No way is this possible because we've been dealing with Judge Glanville a long time. Okay. All right, let's go down. Now we're going to go down. So now Love says, Miss Hilton has been communicating with him. I like to go grab her from downstairs and have her come up. So there's a proof that Hilton was not there. Love is going to go down and get her, right? And the judge asks, where is Copeland? And Mr. Chambers says, they took him upstairs to the tank in 9. 9 is the 9th floor. Okay. Then the judge says, okay, can we bring him out? Can we? And then Chamberlain says, your chamber is being used. Your chambers is being used. And I mean, your courtroom is being used. So he made a mistake. It's not the chamber because they're inside the chamber. Then the judge said, let's bring him here. And then Mr. Chamberlain says, all right. So let me see if I can get that done. Then the judge said, let's bring him here. Okay, thank you. We'll just bring him here. Okay, that's page 22. Now, y'all, the proceedings stood in recess from 9:34 to 10:03. Who walks in? Mr. Copeland enters the chamber. at 10:03. Also present were Judge Glanville, Assistant District Attorney Simone Hilton, Attorney Kayla Bumpus, Court Reporter Christina, Investigator Antonio Long, and Rashid, and Deputy Houston, Deputy McPherson, Sergeant Brown, and Sergeant Hall with the Fulton County Sheriff Department. You don't see where it says Love left, did it? I don't see any notation Love entered the room or left the room. So is Love just left and brought Hilton up and just disappeared? Inquirer Minds wants to know. Where's Love? Where's Love? Where's Love, people? Okay. Now, here's what I got to show you guys. Here's the bummer right here. You ready? We're going to go all the way down to page 40. I'll go down to page 40. Now, all this conversation is Copeland with the judge and Hilton and Bumpus. These are all conversation happening. Keep going, all right? Keep going, keep going. Boy, we're going to go down all the way down to page 40. This is all their conversation happened. They're talking about him lying and him being, immunity stuff. They're just having a conversation. They keep going and talking and talking and talking and talking. Whew. Here we go. Y'all ready? They just talking, having conversation until you get to here. You ready? Okay, we're going to start right here. Y'all ready, guys? Now he's asking a question. Copeland asks, well, what about this? I answer the questions. You take away immunity. I answer the questions. And I plead the fifth. Hilton tells him, no. And then Copeland asks, the question that I feel incriminates me. Hilton said, but then Copeland says, I won't plead the fifth to things that don't incriminate me. And the judge, y'all ready to hear what the judge got to say? Now listen carefully to what the judge says right here, y'all. And y'all tell me, what do you think about this? Okay? The judge said, the state can still give you immunity. They can give you immunity to whoever they want, okay? And they make that choice. I don't even make that choice. So if they, like I said earlier, because he was having conversation with Copeland earlier, in the conversation after that 10:03 when Copeland walks in, judge is in there talking to him, Hilton is in there talking to him, Bumpus is in there talking to him. So those are the three individuals talking to Copeland, right? And then the judge says, like he said, talk to him earlier, which is by that 10 o'clock time frame, right? And then he goes and says, they want your testimony. They figure it's that the jury needs to hear what you have to say, good, bad, or indifferent. And what Miss Hilton is telling you is just tell the truth as you know it and let her worry about. I mean, even though you may have said different version of whatever, that's for impeachment. That's not going to get you into trouble, right? What will get you into trouble? Now listen to this. This is the part right here, y'all. I want you guys to listen carefully. What will get you in trouble is you not is you just invoking your Fifth Amendment privilege because you have been given immunity. Listen to this. Or as who? Who is this, y'all? Who is that? What does it say? Who? As Miss who? Can somebody tell me what? Miss Love. Thank you, MC. As Miss Love, not Miss Hilton. Love is not in there. Remember, y'all? They didn't mention Love. Right? Remember, Love has not talked to him. Remember? Because she wasn't there. She went down to go get Hilton. We haven't heard anything about her being in the room. But according to this, as Miss Love said this morning. So when did we see Love talking to him? We didn't see Love talking to him, did we? Remember, Miss Love said, if you overtly lie about something, like if you tell a bold-faced whopper, then they can indict you on a particular charge. Somebody got some explaining to do, y'all. How did Love tell him something earlier? We don't see any transcript saying anything about Love being there talking to him. Do you see? So when Love said maybe we could talk to him in another courtroom, could it be possible there was a conversation? So this is not a full transcript. This is a redacted transcript, y'all. This transcript, I can't get tongue-tied. This transcript has been redacted. So we've been lied to. Let me go play what the judge says. Let me go play what the judge says. Let me go pull that live up. And what did the judge say? The judge said that he's going to give the a full version with no redaction, right? Did he say that? Or am I incorrect on that, y'all? Hold on a second. Let me see what he said. I might have made a mistake. I might be wrong on what my assessment is. But according to this, he said he's going to give the full unredacted. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me share this for a second. Let me stop this and share it for a second. Hold on a second. And let's see what he said.
I haven't seen so long. He's growing a mustache. Anybody else? Okay. All right. All right, folks. As you all are made aware, last week the court was going to do an in-camera review of the ex parte proceedings on June the 10th of 2024. In considering whether or not to have an in-camera discussion or review of the records, this court has decided to release the entirety of the transcript of those proceedings as courts one. And I'm going to take judicial notice of the following.
He said the entirety of the transcript, not redacted. Let's rewind that again. Hold on.
In-camera discussion or review of the records. This court has decided to release the entirety of the transcript of those proceedings as courts one. And I'm going to take judicial notice of the following timeline. On Friday, June the 7th, 2024, Mr. Kenneth Copeland was granted immunity from prosecution pursuant to 24-5-507A, and that will be marked as courts 2. So the transfer will be court 1. His immunity agreement, Mr. Copeland's, will be court 2. Mr. Copeland, who was represented by Mr. Jonathan Melnick and advised of his rights and obligations, during the proceedings on Friday, June 3, the transcript of those proceedings, Mr. Copeland invoked his Fifth Amendment privilege and was held in contempt, and that will be courts 4, Mr. Copeland's order of contempt. Mr. Melnick informed the court that he was not going to be in attendance of any further proceedings as he would be on leave effective 10 June of 2024. The court informed Mr. Melnick that his leave, or I had discussions with him that his leave was not proper and that he needed to be in attendance on Monday.
Hold on. Somebody said, hold on. Somebody said, Willie said, there's a transcript that is available with Glanville, Love, and Bumpus talking with Miss Weaver present. It's on the other outlet. So there's two forms of the transcript. There's a transcript that's available with Glanville, Love, and Bumpus. That's the beginning. I showed that. Glanville, Love, and Bumpus with Miss Weaver. Yeah, we saw that one already. That's in the beginning part. So you're saying there's 2 versions of the transcript? But he could redact it. But he's saying it gave the entirety. I never said he couldn't redact it, but if he's portraying it to be a full transcript, but there's some stuff missing according to what is being said, there's no conversation with Woody and Miss Love. There's no conversation on here. And it says, Woody never was in the room with Love. Bumpus and Woody can take them down. Okay, let's see. Let's get Woody to explain the interview. I agree. Love was probably does this all the time. I think Woody was in another room with Love. No transcript. That's what I think, Jimmy. I think that too. Where's the part where he fired Kayla? It's not said. When they recessed. That's what Billy said. There seem to be a lot of cut-off sentences with dashes. Yeah. But that's how they talk and don't even realize until they see it on paper. If you'll notice on the transcript, Miss Love is always interrupting. It sets off. But okay. Miss Bumpus said she didn't meet with Woody for no hour and a half. Okay. This judge is gonna get him caught up. Love twisted Melnick words of Woody being threatened and twisted the judge believe her like he always does. Reason why he said Woody was threatened. Y'all heard a Thugadilly that the transcript wasn't redacted. That means nothing, nor I don't trust it regardless. Thugadilly that the transcript wasn't redacted. Okay. That's why Lover hasn't showed her face. Miss Sylvia, you're right. Continue. Still has to confront him because the entirety of the transcript, if not, he'll walk over it like if he did nothing wrong. Okay. We want the transcript that shows Love talking to Woody. It's up here. It's at the top. No. Oh, it's not at the top. I'm sorry. It's Love talking to the judge, Bumpus. And Weaver. The conversation between Love and I'm over this case. The government do what they want. Okay, y'all. All right. Let me somebody said they wanted to see the conversation. Who is the whistleblower? Frank, I don't know. But when Love spoke to Woody, I doubt there was any recording transcript. Really throwing y'all off your square. There's nothing in transcript where Glanville would know that Love said to Copeland. Willie is throwing y'all, but there's nothing in a transcript where Glanville would know what Love said to. Okay, hold on. Hold on a second. Okay, hold on. Back to 40. The judge, this is the judge talking right here. It says the court, the judge's court talking. Then the judge says here, or as Miss Love said this morning, remember, Miss Love said if you overtly lie about something, like if you would tell a bow-faced whopper, then they can indict you on that particular charge. I mean, that particular false statement. So the judge is saying, as Love said this morning, remember, Miss Love said, if you, that means a conversation with Woody. Transcript doesn't show that Love had a conversation with Woody, but court states Love and Woody had a conversation that morning. I'm just reading y'all messages here. They're having a meeting outside the office in court. Okay. Judge is reiterating what Love said earlier when she was just Love, Kayla, and the judge. But he said it to him. As Love said this morning, remember, Love said, if you, so that means he's talking to Copeland, if you lie, not what he said to Miss Bumpus. What she said to Miss Bumpus is, if you lied. Play the, really, patience. Play the damn video, really? Wrong person, my dear, wrong person. Wrong person. I think you need to go on your channel and play the damn video. All right, Tay Love says they can tell us it wasn't redacted all day long, but based off of what Miss Sylvia shows, something has to be missing. Similar as Gaither's report. Oh, let's not start that report again. He took the Fifth Amendment, right? That's messed up. Okay. No matter how Glenville fake it, transcript have been redacted. Where's Bumpus? She really the key to the transcript, legit. Did she go to lead attorney yet? Because I wanted to see what she said on lead attorney. They said they were going to review the transcript on lead attorney. I thought she was going to do it with lead attorney, Miss Sylvia. Who was the one who told? I don't know. I don't know who told. It's all speculation. How the court and state continue when that man said on page 51, I had the crimes. I did all the crimes. It was supposed to be over there. Infamous AV read the full version this morning and Woody speaking on record. With Woody speaking on record. Hey, Tasha. This is the full version. 56 pages is the full version. She has more than 56 pages? AV got more than 56 pages? Present, not present, said they had ex parte outside the ex parte. Pete said Bumpus is a snitch. That's what Pete says. Ugh. My poor girl says it doesn't matter who the snitch is. It matters that everyone gets a fair trial. Remember, this could be your loved one sitting in the hot seat. Nick says it's a deputy who is a whistleblower. Don't be fooled. All those deputies are tired of this judge. Oh, okay, Nick. Judges has no business directly directing Woody to comply if he don't want to. I send you a message on my phone. Okay, hold on, Rody. Thank you, Rosie, for the Cash App. Appreciate you, Rosie. Let's see. Tiffany says she was a prosecutor. Let's see. She was a prosecutor, then turned defense. It's part of the crew. Looks at the team she had. Heck, her team was bigger than Thug's team. She don't make Thug money. All right. Tiffany says, listen, Woody is not worried. I live in Atlanta. He knows what's going on. The judge and Love knew exactly what they was doing. Okay. The word remember means that he should remember her saying that. So I thought. Okay. Not yet. Okay. I'm going to put the link in, and I just wanted to bring to you guys' attention. I think you're reading the redacted one because other have full word by word with Hilton, Bump, and Judge and Woody. This one has it too. I just didn't read those. Vernon, I didn't read those. How many pages do they have? Do they have 56 pages? This is the main one. This is the one that's been going all over the place. This is the one that I got from Thugger Daily. It's been all over the place. And I got a copy from the courthouse as well. It's the same one. I just did not read it because I read it yesterday. I didn't want to read the whole thing again. Yeah, because she did mention, didn't Love mention that to talk to him in another room? Didn't she mention that? Didn't she mention talk to him in another room? Yeah, I did that yesterday, Tracy. I did the proffer yesterday. But I didn't finish it all. I didn't finish it all because I had gotten a call and I stopped doing it. Hey, Bama. Hey, can I go over steel proffer and how the links he attached when you get the time? Okay. Yeah, he got what's his name? He got Chidi's uh what you call article of what happened to us in the courtroom when we were told not to record. Lady Chameleon says, the way I see it, I don't think the judge meant to overstep. He could clearly see that he did not understand what the lawyer was saying to him, and he was trying to explain it further. I'm kind of not familiar, but what are the numbers y'all doing? Simone, that's the number. When you come in, you hit the like button, and that's what the number is for me to answer questions. The state, yeah, they do. The state does have a right to have an ex parte with Woody, but the judge was not supposed to be there without the other side. That's the only thing that they have a problem with. The state does have a right to meet with him privately. It does. It's just the judge cannot be in that without the other side. That's what the law says. And then they are not redacted, they are falsified. Oh my gosh, you said it's not redacted, it's falsified. That's why it took 3 weeks to release this transcript. Oh my gosh, they're dirty, dirty. How funny. I don't think Still made up. He confessed to Nuts murder. Who pulled that out of the ear? It was cut out. Two versions out there. You see the other one? Is there another version? You said there's another version. Who has a different version? You said there's a different version? Hold on a second. Let's see. Because if it's 56 pages, it's the same version. This is filed certified transcript. If it was redacted, it would state, yeah, it would say, yes, Sherry. It's definitely, thank you for that reminder, Sherry. It would say redacted. It definitely, and you would see the whited out and you see it blacked out. Yep, Sherry's right. Thank you for that. It is the full version. Yes, on the top part. Hold on. I just did not read that, guys. Hold on. Let me show you the top part. Hold on. I didn't read those because that's not what I was focusing on. That's the reason why you don't see me reading that. I didn't read those, okay? At the top, you'll see you see love, the judge, the judge, Bumpus is on here. This is when they're talking about, see, Bumpus, love, the judge. I just didn't read that. I wasn't going to read it again. I read it yesterday. And this is 56 pages. All right, but it's the same transcript, y'all. Yep, that's the same one, CJ. Where are your report? You know what, Simone? In the corner, Simone. At the point, we need a video to see who entered the left and left timestamp. Glanville is already working on that part. He told us that yesterday. 247 here. You said they didn't want Woody filmed. If arrested, they knew he would plead the fifth, but the judge didn't add to the record. Kayla is the others and use Woody. Is with the others and use Woody. Is there anything else in this transcript that matters? I don't know, Doc. I was just showing you guys that the conversation he had, it shows there is something missing. Something's not inputted in the thing, and also the part where she said they did that off record for about 30 minutes. You said read page 21, start at line 1. Let's see, hold on. She said page 21, line 1. Okay, hold on. Line 1 on 21. Okay, this is 21. Court, do you think that he's fearful of testifying for other reason, like his personal safety? And Bumper says, right. Love says, that is what Mr. Melnick said to me in an email. I can pull it up. He said, and Bumpus says, but you don't believe that? And then Love says, you are going to get him killed. I guess she's reading that. That's what he said. We ain't gonna kill him. Bumpus says, see, I don't know anything about that email. Then Love says, we ain't going to kill him. We ain't gonna kill him. I can show you the email, but we're not going to kill Kenneth Copeland. So who is he talking about? So what are you trying to do? And the judge says, that is a collateral second and third order effect. You know, let's pray it doesn't happen. Is that what you want me to read? Is that what you want me to read? Newsflash, that is not the whole transcript. Inside info. You are confused. Fact. That was Lucia's old lawyer. Lucy's old lawyer. He and Gunnar paid way more money to plea deal attorneys. What are you talking about? Hilton filing Brady evidence once she got wind of the judge was going to refer a case to Recusal. He admitted to that on the stand. There is only one version. CB 85. I kind of figure it was only one version. Okay, never mind. If Love and Copeland had a conversation earlier, how judge know about if it's this transcript? Don't mention it. It would have been another off the record conversation. They did take it off record. They did. It showed it in the Miss Weaver said it's off the record. It was at 10. No, not 10. At 9:33 to 10:03. They did off record. There's only one for the public. Okay, so there's one for the public and one for the attorneys. That's what you're saying? They spend the 3 weeks altering those transcripts, and that is why the judge all of a sudden changed his mind and decided to release the whole transcript. They are full of it. Okay, I'm gonna put the link in there. Are you going over last 40? No, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna, Doc. I'm not gonna go. I read it all yesterday. I'm not going to read the whole transcript again. Nope. Not again. Nope, 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 nope. No more. Why did y'all see the main sheriff came and interrupt the meeting and said this was an emergency for security? That was, what was that about? I don't know. States separated Woody and Bumpus to work them against each other. Nah, because Weinstein motion requested the entire transcript. Kayla told us her up. Kayla told us up, Miss Sylvia. Kayla told us up, Miss Sylvia? What does that mean? Kayla could tell us her up. Okay, I'm lost. Judge can be part of conversation or present when Love was talking to Copeland off the record. That's the same thing that's starting this mess. That's the same thing that started this mess. They got caught. If it wasn't a big deal, then why are they trying to hide the meeting? Yes, I saw, but the judge was gone 2 minutes, but not much of an emergency. They saying the judge making a recusal decision was already pulled off the bench for misconduct. No, it's not the same one. They got a different judge now. They got a different one. Too much to read? No, I read it already. I read it already. I just don't want to read it again, Pete. It's already out there. Hilton talked to Woody before he got the chambers, and Kayla was in chambers. So Hilton spoke to Woody that Monday morning without an attorney. The fact that they went off the record without the defense being present is questionable. I think it's been edited. Sylvia, I love you. Seti did a passionate view and a missing testimony of Woody. Strong feelings about the judge. What is the greatest trick Miss Bumpus could play on us? Convince all of us she knew nothing but forget she used to work in the same DA office with Miss Love. Why I saw the last night I did a hum. The connector. Go look at AV Live. Then look at Sylvia Reed and everyone else you mentioned. It's exactly the same one. It's exactly the same one. Glanville told Woody he has federal immunity. I wanted to know if that could be validated. Oh, I don't know. Nothing happened. They needed to look in Miss Weaver also. She going to fall with them cause ain't no way there was a full transcript. Can you tell the way you can to read it? Let's see. Judge is a chief and was reelected in May 2024. There was nobody that ran against him. Nobody ran against him. He automatically got his seat. But remember at the beginning, it was Love, Bumpus, and the judge at first. Yep, it was. Hey, Miss Green Eyes. Miss Sylvia, do you feel the judge was like, oh well, Prior to, he didn't care about defense or prosecution. Like he washed his hand. I don't know. Will you please see page 40, line 20? Page 40, line 20. Let me go down and see what she says. Page 40, line 20. Line 20, page 40. Line 20 says, let me start at 18. If I know right now, he's lying. I know he's lying. I'm not going to charge you because I don't know your reason for doing that. But I'm not going to charge you when I know you didn't do that. Do what you are trying to say you did now. And that can be part of this. I know you didn't do it. Huh. 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 So what did he say? What did he say? But if I know that you are lying about that, I do not intend to do that. If I know right now he's lying, I know he's lying. I'm not going to charge you because I don't know your reason for doing that. But I'm not going to charge you when I know you didn't do that. What you didn't do what you are trying to say you did now. And said you did now. What you trying to say you did now? Huh. 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 Okay. And he said 22 all the way up to 22. That part can be that, and that can be a part of this. I know you didn't do it. Didn't do what? What do you know he's lying about? Let me go up in here. It says, y'all know I don't like murder. Hold on. Let's go up a little bit. That's what they're going to do. Bumpus says, that is what I was saying. You will be right back here. And Hilton says, but if you say something that you know you did not do, like you admitted to something you know you did not do, whether you, and Copeland say, like murder, don't have, like no statute of limitation, right? But if you did do that, I can't charge you with something you didn't do because I don't have any other evidence but you saying it. CJ said, I'm getting more and more confused. CJ said, like, I'm getting more and more confused. Hey, Kiki. Kimberly says, the conversation wasn't even flowing, clearly cut key information. If you know, you know. Okay. Hey. All right, let me somebody said, please free the jurors. Okay, let me put the link in here for you guys that want to have to. Y'all want to get y'all 2 minutes of conversation in. The whole trial edit, it's confusing. That's why it's so confusing, right? Tall Glass, you back? Are you back, Tall Glass? Are you still enjoying yourself? You're supposed to be relaxing. The most important part, Vibrant says, is that Woody did not agree with the immunity. That's the question I want to know. If a person didn't want immunity, why force it on them and then give them contempt? You too, Michael. It started out by saying my head is spinning 360. They gave him immunity for testimony. And they gave it to him that day when they found out he was going to plead the fifth. They gave him that moment. He couldn't turn down a subpoena. It was a court order. If Love had a conversation with Copeland, not on transcript, and the judge makes mention of it on transcript, that is a big highlight, that everything isn't in the transcript. There's more in the meeting. The law says the state feels its best interests of the public for a witness to testify. The state can enforce a witness. Approval not needed. Okay. Approval not needed. Hey, Sarita. You're
Hey,
muted.
Miss Sylvia, this is the connector.
Hey.
Hey, I was saying, can you hear me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I turn my camera off. I normally don't. But hey, I was saying, yeah, my head is spinning because, yeah, because I was, I'm like Jason. Thank you, Jason, for not beating me up. I got bad spelling. That's why
You got to turn your thing in the background down because you're probably repeating. That's why you're finding yourself having.
turn my
YouTube. Turn your YouTube off.
I'm on my cell phone. Ugh. Can you hear me better?
Yeah.
Okay. No, what else?
You still got your YouTube on. I can tell. She still got her YouTube on, y'all. She got to turn her YouTube off. Take it off.
Got it. I got it. You turn the YouTube off. Hey, Miss Sylvia.
Hey,
The connector. No, how can I say this? There is another transcript out, but I was so devastated in the reading when I'm like, thank you, Jason, for not beating me up in the chat. I know I'm a bad speller too. That's why I just sit back and listen. And I do not want to break the rules, Miss Sylvia, but I was listening to AD and I disappeared and I was like, what happened? So I had to go back and there was another 30-minute and I didn't want to read it all or listen to it all, but after SETI, because I trust SETI because I met him through you and him through, him back and forth. But yeah, it's messed up.
You said she read a different transcript?
He did. It's the whole I thought the lady was gonna put the right pages. I just got in. I was walking when I was typing, but I was gonna go back because it's too much too fast. You know, I'm getting better with this. That's why I was telling you when I met you. But all Woody's testimony is missing. And the reason why they said Love left out the room earlier is because, you know, the brother situation. And I had to go back and listen in detail twice to the 30-minute video because I thought it was the same thing too. But yeah, he redacted. The bottom line is it
No,
was
it's the same. I'm looking at hers. It's the same.
okay, but SETI went into I think he put the link in it was like 30 about an hour now. Because you know SETI don't normally do video in the daytime, so I was shocked. I was like 30 minutes ago. So I went and it was 2 minutes when I clicked in. And he talked about the corruption, and the redact part was talking about Kayla was trying to help Woody. Let me slow down because I know you got a big audience. Kayla was trying to make sure Simone, because they use real name, make sure Simone Hilton she kept repeating herself so Woody would understand. And then the part, I think you were finna read it. It's right. Whoever just gave you that page, it went on to say about the murdering and about it's right there. It's like 40 minutes of testimony in the Woody part is missing. And then it goes into it started, like you said, you were right on it. I thought maybe I was going too fast in the chat. It started when they did go get him from the pen. And then when he walked up, I love you. We know the judge. When they asked did they need some time together, it was like 30 minutes. And Kayla said that yesterday as they was before the redact came out and she heard the last month, she said the judge had his timing off. It was longer than and that's where that interview between Woody, Kayla, when they said, oh, this is the part that maybe is different from the one we're reading. They said the judge is in the room, but if you be quiet, he can't hear us.
Yeah, that's
okay. It's in there. Okay, so that's between all that. How he redacted, I don't know, but I know there's a new version. There is a second version, and because I hadn't read it and got my hands on it, I can't pinpoint it. But when you was walking us through, I was like, okay, I thought you had got the new version, but
so
man,
who has a new version? Because what AV has is the same one I have.
She had to reread it. I know it's when they redact something, you know, like they was doing the videos. Because I'm learning as we watch, they keep certain parts in and take certain parts out.
They will black it out when it's redacted. They black it out.
I don't think I think it's an original copy. The way SETI was saying that he had the original,
Yeah,
and he was saying that we got the redacted one, and shame on the judge, like you say, for lying to the public. But I'm sure it's going to all come together as far as us understanding the truth, because we know that the judge wasn't 100% in giving us all the information. I just hate for him to go down like this. He waited till he got all the way to the end of his career to go down like this. And they were saying that Love was the aggressor in this whatever meeting they had, but she wasn't even in the room while it was all going on. And if she's not the whistleblower, they thinking she is to save herself, and that's Simone.
the phone
Sorry,
ringing.
yeah. They were saying if it is a whistleblower, because even the redaction of what the whole email from the lawyer is in there too, and he was saying that they thought, and I hope I'm helping somebody because I'm on my cell phone and I don't do the typing as quick as y'all. But even in the email that wasn't what you read to us was saying that he didn't know if he was sending the email to Love by mistake or not.
Yeah,
But
that's what it says in the beginning of that.
right, so
I didn't read that today.
all of his email is in there about, and then that meeting that he had with her, with Simone, Wednesday or Thursday in the car.
It's in there too. I
Right. So
have
that's they was all that is in there. My battery's going dead. But I wanted to jump in last night, but now I know how to do it, and I love you and I support you. You're like my first mentor, teacher, motivator. I'm learning the ins and outs, but Alvarez was right last night. That's what I really wanted to jump on. Corruption, me coming from Atlanta and I mean, this is nothing compared to when the sheriff was so desperate for a position. You was talking about nobody ran against the judge. Well, when we had the chief of police killed the person before he was sworn in.
I
And
remember
then,
that was
yeah, and now he's in jail. So, yeah, so it's like what the young lady said last night who was living in Atlanta and in Chicago. It ain't what you know in Atlanta, it's who you know. In Atlanta, and this is the truth, you can research it. They've always had a black mayor for the last I'm 55. So you do the math, you know what I'm saying? And so that finding, she wanted to outdo Paul Howard, it is all political. And because Young Thug, Jeffrey and all them, and coming from Mechanicsville and coming from they preyed on them vulnerable boys who was coming up, who didn't have nobody to support them, encourage them, and it was an easier target, you know what I'm saying? And it's just a lot going on because they knew each other. Fonnie knew a lot of the rappers too. It's just so much corrupt. I wouldn't even call it corruption. It's a way of life there because Atlanta is so small, and the entitlement of power. That's why I left. It's a lot of entitlement of power because the city is set up like that. And they keep all their money and all their power within because he was right. Dorsey and Brown and Campbell, no, they never hung out. But it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I think Atlanta was used for corruption because we're not as smart as we think we are. You know what I'm saying? So it was a national thing. What else I want to say before I go? I was surprised that, and I hate to say somebody else on your platform, but I was surprised that she was able to get Young Gotti's attorney on.
talking about
And
Major.
yeah, she got him interviewed. So so I wanted to hear what he had to say. But yeah, Atlanta has always been an entitlement Black power city, and it definitely is going. This one definitely is going to go down in the records as the others. So when you do wrong, I always say whatever's in the wash come out in the rinse. I'm a faith believer, and they did it to themselves. If this end up being a mistrial because of the investment that they have already lost, it just we do it to us. I just hate it. I hate to say it, but it's a lot to learn, and I'm learning. I see Pastor on here, everybody in the daytime. I love y'all. I'm just glad that I know I look a hot mess, but
Look, I always look at a hot mess. Me
I
and my
know,
dry hair.
I know, right? I just went to the store, but no, it's a lot to learn. It's a lot, and I hope it encourages people to even, foster other people to get in position of power because it's that easy. It really is, but we have to have a like you empowering me to sit back and learn, like, becoming a moderator, to learn the people, to learn the behaviors, to learn the audience. It's a lot. But when you run out there, because even on this platform, it's who you know and not what you know. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think happened with the judge because I didn't know that he didn't have his GED. But when she said he got all that education through the military, it made sense. And so, but I didn't say it enough. I'm long winded as it is. So
Okay.
I'll be checking in, and again, I salute you. As soon as the coins get better, I was gonna say I'm gonna support you. Trust me. And thank you. Okay, see y'all later.
Thank you. Have a good one. The collector. Hey, Pastor.
Hello, Mrs. Sylvia and the infamous
Family.
Sylvia family.
How are you?
I'm okay. You see how I'm dressed? I got my Hawaii Soaky fame on. This is my brother's shirt. May he rest in peace. Yesterday was his anniversary of his death. So I chill out the next day. I don't do nothing.
Okay.
About to go on vacation. But no, I was looking back at some stuff. So I think what SETI is trying to break down, I'm actually looking at it right now. SETI is saying, I don't think SETI is saying that he says that he feels offensively that this is not the correct version. This is the redacted version, but they're dressing it up as it's the the official version because there's a lot of missing pieces. One of the people said it last night. I think you also read it. Why is Brian Steele portion not in here? So you're trying to tell me that the court reporter is hearing all this and she's not getting the other things that's in between, you know? We're not talking about the enclosed, meeting. We're talking about what led up to it. Nothing of Brian Steele's was in there. A lot of stuff from Woody was took out of there. I believe that Judge Glanville had a job to do, because he ain't gonna go nowhere. I don't care if he's even not on this case, okay? Because like you said, Miss Sylvia, he got voted in by a huge, long landslide. I don't care if he go down to traffic or whatever the situation. He ain't going nowhere, okay? That's the first thing. But I believe of the powers to be that he had to do what he had to do to cool this down. Once again, like I said yesterday, I think that one judge, I don't know his name, he put a stamp on this.
Dempsey. Judge Dempsey.
Judge Dempsey, he put a stamp on this. And the nation seen it. The politicians seen it. Before then, no one was really putting it out. You would expect for Judge Glanville to take control of his courtroom, kind of say the same things, because he wasn't a man of his word about the evidence and it not coming in and all this. So he kind of made Judge Glanville look like, even though you're up here, he made Judge Glanville look like he was a little bit little. You got a guy that's coming in from retirement basically saying, oh, well, you know what? Nah, if you ain't got a deal, you ain't got a deal. If the evidence ain't in, the evidence ain't in. That made him look bad, especially being nobody was the other YSL members. Now, if that was something else different, trust me, I think this whole thing will still be going on the way that it'll be going on, and Judge Glanville and Love and them going to do what they're going to do. But being though by that, you, Miss Sylvia, forget anyone else, us, the train of reaction started moving. This judge is telling the other YSL members like, hey, listen, bop this, bop this. And then you got this judge over here that got the so-called the main co-defendant people, the ones that got money, the ones that got big lawyers, all right? Because them over there, they just had public defenders, all right? You had them, so now Judge Glanville, he got to say, dang, this about to come back to me. This about to come in full force. And I it's not that he don't know what to do. He got a job. He gonna save his face. He gonna save his face. He gonna save his name. And even as if he gets took off of this case. Miss Love, like man AJ said, has been playing this the whole time. When you read that transcript and she asked for Woody to go into another courtroom, T.I. said this. Why y'all got to be doing all of these deals? Why y'all got to be doing all these secret meetings?
Okay, can we hold off? Because I want to get real Fulton County baby in here because you're going off someplace else.
Go ahead.
We're going to try and stick in
a line.
Okay. Because you go on TEI and all this other stuff. We can't do that. Hey, real Fulton baby.
It's
Sounds
me,
like-
Miss Sylvia. This Nick.
Hey, Nick.
Hey there. Hey there. First
How
off,
you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself, baby? You know we
I'm
love
doing
you for real.
fine.
I love you for real.
We
But this
met for
thing,
real. And
yeah,
tell
we
Cuz
met for
I
real.
say hi.
Okay, I definitely will. This the thing with what people not paying attention to. It's all about politics. And it's honestly Fannie Willis who's got all this stuff messed up. If you go research, Fannie Willis' father's side is If Gang from California. This is what everybody's not paying attention to. Fannie Willis' father's side is If Gang from California. The thing is, she's not friends with Nut Mama. People keep saying she's friends with, no, she's not. It's all politics. It was her way of trying to be the bigger person. You see, Paul Howard didn't take this case. Everybody in their right mind know who Paul Howard is if you're from Fulton County. I'm from Fulton County. Everybody know who Paul Howard is. She was under Paul Howard. She wanted to be above Paul Howard so bad. Put it like this. You remember the time when Paul Howard slapped that lady in the courtroom? Didn't nothing happen?
I remember that.
So you got to take accountability to those types of things what's going on. It's our word against theirs. You know, like if we were to sign a petition, it can happen even faster. It's the taxpayers' money what's being spent right now. It's a weak case. Where's the audio or the transcript when he told the sheriffs to cut their body cam off? These aren't the things what people bringing up. Who's the actual whistleblower in the courtroom? He locked up one of his own.
Oh, he's gone. You gone. He doesn't realize he's gone, yo.
No, I don't think I realized. He back.
Can you hear me? I'm here. My fault. That was a phone call. But he
Okay.
locked up one of his own deputies. And if y'all paying attention to him, pay attention to his courtroom. Y'all remember the girl with the big ears, the little Caucasian girl who used to be in there, who was talking on the case first?
Rosenberg.
She up and left and started her own career. After that, Love wasn't even really in the courtroom. She was in the courtroom, but the Caucasian guy, do you remember the tall Caucasian guy who went to win that county?
Gary.
He took the whole file with him.
Yeah.
So
Gary.
therefore, the case what they doing now, they're making it up as they're going. This is new stuff what we know now, y'all. This is all new. Everything's new. They ain't got nothing on Thug. They just want to pinpoint him. This is all about politicking. So at the end of the day, the judge is wrong for what he did. He should step down. I really wish Thug would have went to let him go Hicks, Judge Hicks. You know, like, it's all about politicking. And if Trump wins, y'all already know what's going to happen. He's going to take the whole Fulton County down when he get in office. That's what's going to happen. So at the end of the day, like, I can only give you my opinion. I don't know what's going to happen. I honestly don't. I wish they free him. But at the same time, I'm happy that this happened because, like other people say, you can have a family member in this same situation. And now that the world is seeing what's actually going on, it's all crooked. Everything they're doing is crooked. But guess what? They feel like the big bad wolf. They know what types of moves they can make and what they can pull. It's your word against theirs. At the end of the day, he got to sign everything. Now, my thing is why would they even go to that judge and he's the one who signed the first warrant when he arrested all them? Make it make sense. Glansville signed that warrant to have those boys arrested, Fannie Willis, when she first locked all of them up. They didn't supposed to go to that judge. He didn't get voted in, y'all. He was next up in turn. So like, that's what I don't understand. Show the actual transcript. We don't want the transcript. We want the audio. The audio is going to tell what exactly happened because you can't really edit from body movement. You know, so that's what I'm going off for. Everything what y'all seen in the courtroom with Woody, that's Woody. That's how Woody act. That's Woody. The same way how he give it. The reason why y'all really want to know the reason why they didn't put Love up there to interrogate Woody, because he was going to interrogate her. I'm telling you something I know these boys for real, for real. He was going to interrogate her. You see how smart his mouth is? Grown. You know, like, y'all got to take that in consideration. They knew exactly who to put up there. And Hilton is the puppet. But right now, honestly, y'all really want to know who the puppet is? Glansville. He's the puppet right now. You know who's still going to have her job until Trump get in office? Fannie. Fannie ain't stood in that courtroom damn time. And this was one of her biggest cases. But she was so worried about Trump. I want to make Trump go to Wright Street. That's all she was really worried about. So, y'all got to think about it. Like, we already know Miss Sylvia ain't there for us, y'all. And I appreciate everything you doing, Miss Sylvia, by even taking yourself upon just to even go down there. You get up every day, you give us the word, and I love you for that. I promise you I do, because it's teaching me more and more about the law, what I don't know. So I'm gonna give you your flowers, but I'm gonna see you outside again. You know I got you. I promise you, I got you. I got you, baby.
No,
But
I
yeah,
want my fish dinner next time.
Oh, that's it. You're gonna get more than that. Then you're gonna get more than that. But like, y'all gotta understand, like, this is bigger than Thug right now. Yeah, they are. They jugging out. And what's so hurtful is look at all these days they keep being out. Forget the holiday. Look at all these days they keep. So the judge is making Thug suffer. Even when they take the little breaks, he's making him suffer. He's sitting longer and longer. This is his way of getting it back at Thug. He poking Thug in his face. We ain't noticing that, but I am. This is his way of getting back. Oh, I'm gonna get him either way it go. And another thing, Steele. I like the work what Steele do, but Brian Steele, man, you got to get like Keith Adam. Keith Adam, that dude. I'm sorry, Keith Adam, he's that dude. Because once Keith Adam say something, he know exactly what he's doing. But what I really want y'all to do is go look up about Fannie Willis' family. They came from If Gang. And y'all will know then what's really going on.
They said her dad was Black
If
Panther.
Gang.
Somebody put in there Black Panther.
If Gang. And folks from California.
Can we get some what do you call it? Record on that? I mean, can we get some proof of that, sir?
Oh, we definitely can get some proof of it.
Because we don't want to just put anything out without having
No,
some.
you know, I ain't just gonna put out no story. I don't want y'all to just, no, I'm not putting out a fairy tale. Okay. No, Fannie Willis comes from California. Her dad. I know
she comes from California, but I thought was receipt. Thank you, Cece. I was trying to figure out the
receipts. Well, put it like this. I got a family member who went to school with her from California.
Okay.
And she can tell you this girl's whole lifestyle. She can tell you her brother, Fannie Willis' brother, her father, they were If Gang members. But
I thought If Gang started in Atlanta. Somebody said.
No. If Gang Nine Deuce comes from California. Nine Deuce comes from California.
Make sure you say allegedly, because
allegedly. Yeah, my fault. Allegedly. But yeah, man, like we and then another thing, we got to stop telling on ourselves on social media. Y'all see what platform they using to go against everything Thug's saying? Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Social media.
Instagram is our main mess up.
Mm-hmm. Social media.
You know, like,
And I bet you if 9 times out of 10, if our pages was private, they probably wouldn't have the information that they would, not unless they subpoenaed them. But they would have to look for the information first. But being nobody that's so wide out and all of that, yeah, it's social media will kill you. It could be a
yeah,
killer.
that's where I came from, Miss Sylvia. I want to know, where's the transcript when he told deputies to turn off their body cam? That's it.
I didn't see no.
That's my point. It's nowhere. It's not in it. It's not in
Are
it.
you sure your information that you got is correct?
We heard from the first time. You don't remember when what is his name when they put in the motions?
Oh, the motion, yeah.
They said it, that the officers were told to turn their body cam off.
Somebody said, well, the evidence, and they said, well, get the evidence and get it to the proper authorities and get them locked up with Thugger. I don't know what that person's talking about. Somebody, Abby says, I'm from California. It's Inglewood family blood in Inglewood, California. Thank you, Addie. So that just corrected some folks.
Inglewood, yeah, Inglewood, California is Inglewood. But we call it If Gang in Atlanta. But yeah, it stands for Inglewood family.
Okay, Justice Matters says Fanny doesn't have a brother. She's only child.
Don't believe that, y'all. Don't believe that. Don't believe that.
She's not the only child?
No, she ain't the only child. They only put it on just the same way. Let me tell y'all something with Google too. Google are other people's opinions.
That's true.
The same way how when Obama was in the White House, y'all, and you go type in the N-word house, it was a monkey as Obama at the White House. You can't always believe what Google is telling y'all because Google ain't nobody. It's just other people's opinion. Same way how we've been learning all day long. I don't mean to get off the subject. Same way we've been learning all day long. Everybody been thinking Jesus was white. No, Jesus is black.
Okay, we're getting off topic.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, they manipulate us for us to. They want us to know what they want us to know. They don't want us to know the real reason. Like I said, if the case was that strong, Paul Howard would have been got through years ago. And out of all files, out of all 20,000 some files, you go pick Thug file out of all files and Trump. Come on, man. Come on now. Let's be for real.
Oh, you know what? You're probably right. She probably does have other brothers and sisters because her parents divorced. So they kind of, yeah.
I ain't gonna just tell you this, Miss Sylvia. I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't just gonna tell you nothing. I ain't trying to get on here and make up a fairy tale allegedly. But you know, some people get on here and do clickbait. No, we here in Atlanta. And like I said, honestly, it's not even about Thug right now. It's about the state and that judge being biased. Look how many other members done went down, family members done went down for 3-5 and got 10 years. These folks are crooked. They crooked. They do what they want to do. At the end of the day, they can go home and sleep peacefully. That's all I'm saying. So I'm just ready for Judge Glanville to take accountability in his mistakes. And it's not even about him stepping down. You seen the documentary with him when he went in? You seen his documentary before to show you where he came from?
Yeah.
You see what type of person? You are not nothing wrong with it, but you see who he married to?
What's wrong with her? Don't be trying
No,
to talk
I
like
ain't saying. I'm not saying that. I'm just stating he don't give a Sam about us. Sam.
What do you mean about us? She
He
married to a
don't.
black woman. He married to a black
She
woman.
ain't black.
Yes, she is. What?
She don't look like it.
Y'all, his wife is black, y'all. Isn't a judge's wife black?
I don't know if that was the same one I seen the documentary when he was sitting at the table, Miss Silver.
His wife is a black woman.
Oh, I could have sworn she looked Chinese to me.
Y'all, wait, who is he?
Hey, but beside that though, look, we gonna laugh, y'all gonna laugh, allegedly. But now for real.
Thank you. Red June said, well, she's black. Yeah, she's black.
Oh, okay.
She's
But
black. Thank you, guys. I know.
I'm just talking, y'all. I'm just talking. But the thing is like I said, still he do too much in that courtroom. He's overriding his authority. Because guess what? You didn't supposed to talk to the judge like that. So the judge got a point to prove. You know, just you raising your voice at him, like, I can understand that you got a problem with the state. Both of y'all come from the same firm type. The lawyers and the state, they basically the same thing. They both lawyers.
So let me ask you a question. So are you saying that Judge Glanville is acting this way because Steele have beat him on some appeals and because of the attitude?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Look at man, come on, man. Look how Keith Adams, man. Keith Adams is chill, bro. When Keith Adams get up there and say something, he says so calmly. When Steele get up there, this honorable George courtroom, he don't even say honorable no more. He just say courtroom. But he got to make his point, bro. You ain't got to make your point by being hostile. Say it how Keith is saying.
You sound like you against Steele, sir.
No.
I think Steele has to act a little bit over aggressive because the state is being over aggressive and he's sitting back like this.
You know why they being over aggressive?
Because it's their case.
No, they can't. They trying to build the case as they going right now.
They shouldn't have to. They got all the evidence.
Now they don't.
Well, they saying they do.
Man, come on, man. You don't see how many people walk out that courtroom on the state?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And so if you got all this evidence, if I had, so we know from the beginning that they really didn't have evidence because once again, in the beginning, like I was saying, like they had to go around, they had to subpoena, they had to start all over because of Paul Howard. Okay. So what
not
they're
Paul
doing,
Howard, not Paul Howard.
Not Paul Howard.
Gary.
Yeah. They had to start all over. So they have to go extra aggression now because it's like we ain't got nothing. He started it. Fannie said, all right, we're gonna roll with it. And now they had to run around, do subpoenas, whatever trick plays. It's like the NFL. Trick playbook.
Well, put it like this. Okay. When Paul Howard was in office, he took down ABG, 30 deep. When we had the bloody summer, Paul Howard was in office then. Don't you think, in your right mind, Paul Howard would have pulled Thug them in when that happened? He had the case since then. I'm just saying, he had the case since then. Fannie Willis get in office, and she had over 20-some thousand cases haven't been solved. Cats in there. This how I go on Wright Street. You sit in there, 90 days is when they indict you. But if you ain't indicted within 90 days, they let you go. On the 87th day, they always seem to find a way to indict you. If you didn't catch me with a gun, you can't indict me. Fulton County been like this. It's been messed up. So, like I said, if Paul Howard didn't take the case, that let you know it was a weak case. She pulled that case and Trump case. Fannin was in office when they did that to the school teachers about the Atlanta Public School test. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
This lady sentenced an old lady.
That was a RICO too.
Exactly. Like, let's be for real. Like, come on, man. It's way bigger fishes to fry.
So
instead of this weak case going on right now.
It sounds like Fannie wants to do a lot of RICO to tie up a lot of money.
Man, Fannie done tied up a lot of money. Let's be for real, man. You know how high gas is right now. You know the price of living in Fulton County right now is so high. They steady saying what they gonna do for us, but ain't did nothing for us. She's saying that Cleveland Avenue's cleaned up. No, it's not.
All right,
three little young boys. I'm sorry, I'm still what say. 3 little young boys just got shot last night.
Yeah.
2 died.
Wow. All right, let me get Vince in here. Hey, Vince.
Hello, how's everyone?
Good. How are you doing?
Oh man, I'm doing well. But this case right here, this whole thing is just. I don't see how they can get away with the stuff they've been getting away with. The judge is so corrupt, and the whole thing. I've been watching the trial, and it's just sad that we do our own people like that, and it's disheartening to me. I think they all should go to jail, in my opinion. Gangs with the judge, Love, for real, because they violating people's rights. Like, how could you do your own people like that? I don't understand that. It hurts me to my soul to see us do each other like that. Okay, if they was doing all of that, well, just do it, put them away the right way. Y'all working for the system to lock each other up, but y'all being corrupt about it. Come on, we shouldn't do each other like that. Stick to the script. If you representing the law, follow the rules. Why you got to be dirty about it? And I love that kid Woody. What's his name? Woody. He's a gang. I'm from the streets. He's a gangster. He's straight gangster. That boy ain't scared of nothing. But he gonna do what he gotta do to survive. I think Thug getting a raw deal. I don't know what he did and what he didn't do, but I think a lot of stuff they trying to dump on him. I just don't like this whole thing. Don't sit well with me, and I just hope the judge gets what he deserved. He probably won't, though. You know the system. But that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for having me on your show. I'm a big fan, by the way. I'm a big fan.
Thank you. Thank you,
All right.
Vince. I appreciate you.
All right. Yeah, appreciate you too.
All right. Have a good one.
Another thing, Miss Sylvia.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. I understand about the RICO part. But Thug, from the looks of it, he's not a convicted felon. Why that boy couldn't get no bond?
Because they're saying that he was intimidating witness and they were fearful for their lives, and he's the one, the boss man that send the hit out on people. So that's the reason why.
But see, that's how you know that. Remember, you had a lot of people over on here talking about go vote, Miss Sylvia, but that's how you know that the law is not designed for us. It just ain't, because y'all saying that Thug is the mastermind, but y'all ain't put a shred of proof in here that said that this man has told such and such. Y'all have to put the evidence together to convict him. But why was that evidence to say he did this, and this is why you really not giving him bail? Okay, that's not right. You know, we talked about it so much. You got killers that's getting bails, $1 million, $2 million, $3 million bails. Okay, but they still haven't really even proved it yet. Like you said, everybody that then took this stand so far, and I think that's why they're so gun-ho on Woody, but everyone that has took this stand so far that the state has bullied has said, listen, I was out here, yeah, I know Thug, yeah, we claim YSL just as well as anybody else, but I did this because of me, my own free willingness. I ain't scared of him. From the whole line to the girl y'all locked up and some more. So it's like, for y'all not to give them boys bail and y'all ain't get no proof, I think this case should have been overturned. And like I said, I'm just hoping that it gets dismissed over negligence. Okay? I just want the negligence part. Forget anything else. I just want the jury to just go negligent. All right? Because there's too many pieces in the puzzles that's not being put together. You know, what real Fulton County baby is saying have a lot of merit, what a lot of other people has been saying it has a lot of merit, and we just gotta wait to see what it says. Yeah, but it's a little bit. I'm just happy I ain't no gangster, and I ain't no rapper.
Hey, Miss Sylvie, you don't think the jury be on here?
I don't know. I hope not.
I mean,
I hope not. For
they
their
got a
sake.
life. They got a life. They got to live too. And you remember when that judge locked that juror up that time?
Yeah.
You think them other jurors care about that judge right now?
No.
Man, these folks is not studying it. They already done got their verdict in. Judge, thought he innocent. Come on,
Well,
man.
I said it from the beginning of the case. And you still got to prove it. And two, I hear 4 or 5 witnesses come up here and said, Thug said, do it. Thug gave me the knot, the eyebrow, whatever he gave him. And to that, hey, Thug innocent to me, because that's what I need to hear. I need to hear that, and then we need to hear, well, why are you saying that he said what he said? There's only 2 murders in here, so we on murder number 1. All right, so I'm dying to see what the next murder is going to be like. How much time and aspirations that y'all have put into that to stick that, to Thug, because we only on murder number 1, and it's falling apart.
It done fell apart.
Yeah, like spring.
It fell apart.
Yeah, and these are the only 2 biggest things they have is the 2 murders. They know, and I'm gonna let somebody else go to second, but they know.
I need what's the name, Emmanuel, to come up there. Y'all 2 been talking a long time, so go ahead, Emmanuel.
Yeah, I think it's a shame what's going on. It's just ridiculous. Right now, I'm in Los Angeles, California, in South Central, visiting my family right now.
Oh, you
And
back from
even there,
Germany?
huh? Yes,
Oh.
I came home from Germany. Right now, I'm in Los Angeles, and even Los Angeles is in an uproar right now over this because some of the people that were in LA moved to Atlanta, and things are just crazy right now. It's really hot out there. It's just all types of stuff going on. You got corruption at its finest, and it's happening in front of the whole world to see. It's like a real life movie happening in front of your eyes. It's just ridiculous. It's sad. It's very sad. I hope all these guys come free, because I mean, some of them already did their time. They don't need this double jeopardy that they're getting,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
at all, period. No matter what anybody thinks, they don't need this double jeopardy. They just have crooked people in crooked places.
Absolutely.
And I don't even know if they know the dangers that they could possibly lose their job, or even if they care if they lose their job. I don't know, because I'm not in their mind, so I can't say what they're thinking. And if they've been doing it for years, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because if they've been getting away since the beginning of time, I mean, they always going to get away with it for doing people dirty.
Okay. Yeah, let me go ahead on and read. Hey, Dom, let me read this motion that was submitted by the judge, Rachel,
Yes,
and then
sir.
I'm gonna. How you doing? And then I'm gonna read the motion from Weinstein. Okay, because people are like, Miss Sylvia, there's a motion. Yeah, y'all know I get it. It's just that we were having other people having a conversation, and I was gonna put it up afterward. But let me let Dom say something first, and then you guys I'll go ahead and read it. Go ahead, Dom.
What up, everybody? Hey, Sylvia. I just popped on really quick because I saw you were live covering the YSL, and just basically to go over, what people are saying in the chat. It's a race problem, all this sort of thing. Well, just today, I guess yesterday, today-ish, whatever. The Supreme Court ruled on Trump, right? If his basically to I don't know if you guys have been following it, but it's basically to break it down is like they're trying to say what Trump did to overturn the election and the Capitol riot thing on January 6th. The Supreme Court had to rule if those were deemed as criminal acts, one, and then if they were official or unofficial, meaning while he was in office. And they basically, 6 out of the 9 of the Supreme Court justices ruled just today that they were not, basically saying they didn't specify which acts were and weren't actual official criminal acts. So basically, just to break it down for you guys in shorter terms, they're saying moving forward that that basically he cannot be charged for any of his crimes while he was in office. So he could basically order Navy SEAL 6 to assassinate somebody just because he doesn't like these people, and he won't be charged. And so basically what they're saying is that all presidents can literally do whatever. They're above the law. And that's what the Supreme Court literally just ruled, and they pushed it down to a lower court with instructions. So to your point, as far as with the whole race thing, it's like, well, how does he get privilege and he's committing all type of crimes and he's not getting charged? But then you have someone like Young Thug, you know what I'm saying, who's not directly involved, but then they're trying to hold him accountable for everybody else's situations. So that was just my thoughts.
Okay, thank you. But let me go ahead and read this written order, written request order. This is from that Judge Rachel Cross. It says, order requiring written response to recusal motion. This case is before the court to consider motion to recuse Chief Judge Earl Glanville from further handling of the above capture case. Two defendants and counsel for a witness. Specifically, the motion before the courts are Defendant DeMonte Kendrick motion to recuse Judge Chief Glanville, filed on June 12, 2024, Kendrick docket 247. Defendant Jeffrey Williams motion to disqualify / recuse Judge Glanville from all further dealings in the above referenced case, filed on June 17, 2024, docket number 586, Williams docket number 587, Non-party Kayla Bumpus and motion to recuse this court, filed June 14, 2024, Adams docket 171. Time is of the essence given that a jury trial is currently paused pending resolution of these recusal motion. Therefore, the court hereby ordered the state to file a written response to pending recusal motion on or before 5 p.m. Monday, July 8th, 2024. Contemporarily with filing, the state shall provide a courtesy copy of any filings by email to the court's litigation manager and then give it that one. Okay. All right. So, and then let me go ahead and get Weinstein's thing. Hold on. All right, y'all ready? Y'all still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm still here.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm
I'm
here.
here.
Okay. Because I'm on a different page. Hold on a second. All right. Let's see.
But yeah, I think Judge Urinal, I think he's a little scared because how do you release this 3 weeks later? You know what I'm saying? Like, why didn't you just release it the day it happened, or the next day? I don't understand that.
Because he wanted to cover stuff up. That's why.
And he wanted to
I
see
agree.
how it was going to unfold as well.
I agree, because I honestly think he never thought no one would find out about this meeting. I really believe that.
And
Okay,
he's
you
probably been doing this for quite a while.
Right.
Okay, you ready? All right, let's go. All right. It says motion to disqualify Fulton County Superior Court judges from ruling on recusal of Chief Judge Glanville. The defendant, Mr. DeMonte Kendrick, by and through his undersigned counsel without waiving any other rights in which he is entitled, files this motion to disqualify Fulton County Superior Court judges from ruling on a recusal of Chief Judge Glanville, stating the following. Following a motion to recuse filed by Kendrick on June 12, 2024, Chief Judge Glanville subsequently entered an order of recusal on July 1st, 2024, directing that Kendrick's recusal motion, as well as two others, be heard by another judge pursuant to Uniform Superior Court 25.1 et sec. Based on the Odyssey system utilized by the clerk of Fulton County, Judge Rachel R. Cross of Fulton County Superior Court has been assigned to hear Kendrick's recusal motion. Based on the guidance by our Court of Appeal, based on our guidance by our Court of Appeals and at least one opinion of Judicial Qualification Commission, it is inappropriate for any trial judge to preside in any action wherein one of the parties holds a judicial office on the same or any other court which sits in the same circuit. Georgia Transmission Corporation versus Dixon. And that's the case number there. And then it says, citing Judicial Qualification Commission Opinion 220. Our Court of Appeals terms this a bright line rule, ID. To avoid even the appearance of impropriety, Judge Cross and any other judge within the Fulton County should recuse from hearing Kendrick's recusal motion. Of note, in the companion case of Kendrick versus C.J. Glanville, 24 CV 008154, the Honorable Judge Belinda E. Edward Sue Septe recused herself today. See, I told y'all she was going to remove herself. Did I not tell y'all?
Who did?
Judge Belinda. Remember I told you y'all she was going to remove herself?
I remember that. I remember that.
She gonna play by the book. She ain't gonna look. She went through that mess before. She not gonna get up. And then this lady gonna try to do that. And let me tell you about this lady. I'm gonna tell you in a minute. Okay. July 2nd, 2024, from the petition of the writ of Manadeus. This was in keeping with the guidance of Georgia Transmission and JQC Opinion 220. Wherefore, Mr. Kendrick respectfully requests that Judge Cross and any other judge within Fulton County recuse themselves from hearing Kendrick's motion of recusal and facilitate such action as necessary to have the motion heard by a judge outside of Fulton County Superior Court. This second day of July, 2024. Respectively submitted, Douglas S. Weinstein. All right.
Locked in.
All right. So they're not playing, y'all. They are not playing.
Judge
But let me tell you.
Urinal is not going out.
Let me tell you. Oh, but it's gonna be done by another judge. They need to bring in Cobb County. If they bring Cobb County, they're done.
Yeah, because this is my thing. This is what I was kind of concerned about. I don't know their process in that county, in Fulton County, but what I hope doesn't happen is they refer it to another judge, but that's in that same county, because he's
No, he said none
essentially.
of the county,
Oh, okay,
nothing
okay.
in that within that circuit.
Oh, okay,
Nobody in
okay.
Fulton. They're gonna have to
Yeah,
go to like DeKalb. They could go to Newton. They could go to Rockville. They could get any of those judges in those area, Cobb County.
but Sylvia, you don't think that, because think about it, when he's a judge, who do you think he's hanging out with? He's hanging out with other judges. You don't
But
think
it
that
doesn't.
another judge is just
But it
gonna
doesn't
keep him?
matter. You know why? Because he's their boss. You get what I'm saying? They say in Fulton County, he's the chief boss.
Well, yeah, I'm
Chief
saying in
judge.
other counties though. Do you
The
think
other
that
counties,
the person who rules on it, do you think that they're just gonna be like, I'm gonna take the judge's side because I'm a judge, kind of
no, I
thing?
don't
Or do
think
you
so.
guys
There's
think,
some judge that goes by the book. There's
okay,
some judge gonna go by the book, like that older man that just did what's the name case recently? The one that did Young Thug's nephew. They put him from another court.
wow,
And this woman, Rachel Cross, she's the one who just did his brother's bond, and she denied his bond.
wow. Yeah, I don't know. If they do follow the law, he should recuse himself. I mean, think about it. All the stuff that he's doing, I just feel like he's just, like, even just simple things like when I was reading the transcripts of the whole ex parte thing, and they're, you know how they're giving like little uh side note saying, like, Glanville, Judge Urinal walks out with the lieutenant, and they're giving like a description. There was like multiple times when he had walked out with the state and the, like, the security and all that sort of thing. Like, it just seemed like they were doing a whole bunch of illegal stuff, and it seems redacted. Like, some parts don't add up to me. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense on certain parts.
Yeah, we read it. Yeah, you're right. It does not add up. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't flow.
Right. And my thing is, like, if you don't want to judge the case, then why are you still staying on it? Like, I don't understand it. So to me, it seems like he likes the attention and the theatrics of the whole trial. You know what I'm saying? He probably goes on Shade Room and all these different outlets when he goes home. I mean, there's no way he's not looking at something. You know what I'm saying? And he's probably like, he likes that power. I mean, it's his courtroom. So I think that's what he likes about the whole situation.
Yeah.
So, not to get off topic, I have a question. So, can another judge from another state hear it, or it has to stay within Georgia?
State of Georgia. The state of Georgia.
Okay, okay.
They have to keep it within the state, but they got to get a judge that's gonna rule like according to what the law is.
So what I'm hoping is that they just start over. They just start over. And the reason why I hope that they start over, because two things.
But then they got to get another judge, but they still have to get another judge.
But then Thug and them gonna get potentially get some bad one. Then now they got to run around, and then they got to subpoena everybody else all over again. Because you got to start this process way over. Okay, and if the jury is knowing that you got to start the process way over, if all of these detectives and Woody and everybody else know that you got to start a way over, because I'm pretty sure they're looking. I don't think they're gonna get served, so I don't think it's gonna happen the way that they wanted to happen. I think that's why Hilton was in a rush. Like, can we rush this? Because there's some type of theory that says, like, oh, if this potentially goes to another judge or they have to start over, I gotta redo all this over.
Yeah,
No.
because think about it. I mean, even just the jury selection. You guys remember the jury selection? That took forever.
That's because they were buying time.
It was like, I mean, this is like a year in, basically.
Yeah, they were buying time because the guy took all the information with them. Gary took all that stuff with him, so they had to start from scratch.
And see, Lil Woody, he's actually really their main witness, I feel like.
He's
You know
a
what I'm
star
saying?
witness.
Like without him, I mean they can't see a story. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that they could do that without him.
So when that guy left from Fullerton County, where did he go actually?
Gwinnett County.
Okay. So did they even ask him? Did they even try to go get the stuff that he did prior? Did they even attempt to go get all the stuff from him? Or did they even ask him?
I
I'm
really
pretty,
don't know. I can't answer that question. I really don't know.
I'm pretty sure they
Oh,
tried to do some buttering up to get it, but by law, from what I've said, I've heard, you can't make them. You can't make someone turn over some notes. Okay, that's their
true,
evidence. That's what they went and got. Not unless
true,
you want to do one of Judge Glanville moves and
true,
hold him in contempt until he give you all his evidence. And I don't think the law is going to permit that. So
true.
I know he said, well, I'm going to let y'all sweat. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to still get some my little money. I'm going to let y'all sweat. So,
Pretty much, pretty much.
yeah. So,
Oh, hold on. Go ahead, talk.
but yeah, let it start over. I'm praying for a bail, and I'm praying for it to start over. Bail or start over. The only other two things, because I know for sure.
Or just dismiss this whole thing.
No, don't even dismiss it. Start it over. Because once you start this train all over again, you're not going to get the same verdict, because they have made it the biggest profile case. So other people ain't even going to take this case serious. Like, they'll probably start doing some dumb stuff like telling Thug, like, all right, we'll dismiss all of your charges, because I think they got him on just like a gun charge and a drug charge, if I'm not mistaken. That's just him. Okay, we'll give you time served. All right. But then will it be a felony jacket or will it be a misdemeanor jacket? That's the issue. Because if it's a felony jacket, now he got a felony on his record. Now I got them copping out to something like that. Okay. With Thug, I'm pretty sure Steele's not going to let it go by. But it goes back to who Thug is. If he gets a deal, will he take a deal? Which I don't think he is. And the way that the hip hop community is going right now, look at BG. I'm just looking at some headliners today. He got a new album and he got to submit it to the court just for him to go ahead and publish it, to get people to listen to it. New to me. I don't know the law.
You know what? I'm sorry, you're dumb. I just see what you put on your name.
Yeah, I
feel bad for the jurors because
yeah.
they're suffering, and I hope the jurors have some emergency money put away so they can feed their families, because what they're making on jury duty is just, I'm sorry, to be real, it's not enough.
Well, I know I like the other guy said, I'm for sure that there's some jurors out here looking, whether it's Miss Sylvia's channel, whether it's allegedly. Hold on, let's put this out there. Allegedly. All right. Whether it's Miss Sylvia's channel, Law and Crime. Miss Sylvia, who was the person that you was interviewing yesterday? It was Harvey, right?
Mr. Harvey, yes.
Yes. So, like Harvey said, that was a very powerful thing, a powerful blow. Harvey said, I feel sorry for the jury. Okay. And he said, I hope they continue to keep doing their duty. But at first he said, I feel sorry for them. All right. They're put in an unpredictable that's out of their control. Now, you can't stop all of these media outlets, all of the YouTube, from not searching over. Because you see that door right there? At the end of the day, my family is out there. Miss Sylvia's sitting right there. Okay.
Don't be trying to put me involved with that.
Allegedly. Okay. Allegedly. But you can't stop a person from going in that room, okay, putting in their earphones, doing this right here. You can't stop it. And I'm pretty sure it's happening. I bet dollar. Don't snitch on yourself, Jory, because like Judge Glanville say, every time his aspirations, they get
Sylvia,
deeper.
I heard you.
They get deeper and deeper and longer. Okay, like I've never heard every time a judge cite the aspirations. The jury know what they're supposed to be doing and what they're not supposed to be doing. Yeah, so the jury is going to find a way out, whether it's unseen circumstances, change in circumstances, no matter what. Jury gone. They probably gonna come back, but jury gone. Yeah.
Pamela, I'm not sure. If were you reading, Sylvia?
I finished.
Oh yeah, I figured
That
you
was a
were
short
finished.
read. What did it?
Yeah.
People asking me why am I reading? Am I talking about the judge? I finished the judge conversation too. I already said that she didn't give a bond to Thug's brother. She was the one that denied him bond. That's it. I didn't have anything else to say.
Yeah. I mean, just regarding Judge Urinal, I think that there's
It's
too
Urel,
much.
not urinal.
No. It's Judge Urinal, like URINAL, urinal.
There's no N
But
in his name.
there is. You gotta look it up. That's how he spells it. But
No,
I
it's
do
not.
feel
Now,
as
why is he
though.
making that?
Come
He's
on,
making
Sylvia. His name
a
is
job.
Judge Urinal. But
His
look,
name is not
my thing is he should just recuse himself. Like there's too much. You know what I'm saying? Like there's too many complaints, basically.
the judge's
And I mean
name
he's
is
just doing
not.
all type of illegal stuff. You know what I'm saying? And he thinks that he
This is
can
his name, Ural.
urinal. But look, so my thing is like I said, I just feel like you can't be the one committing crimes and calling the shots to not like, you know what I'm saying, to not punish yourself. And that's essentially what he's been doing. Like, for example, he didn't want to get the immediate, um, like the quick review or whatever, the immediate review. He delayed that, and just all that, so he could buy time to redact this transcript. Because if you had nothing to hide, why didn't you tell the defense? So something is fishy.
Okay, y'all, let me make my disclaimer. The thoughts and opinion of the people on the panel and the people in the chat is not the thought and opinion of the channel. I do not call the man urinal. His name is Urel. So that is not my opinion. That is not my thought. That is not my language. Okay.
Miss Sylvia,
Yes, sir.
I just got one question. I'm speaking for the comment box. All the people who've been here. Everybody who been here. When Thug win that case, you better go put on your best outfit and you better tell Thug we all need a ticket for the Phillips Arena because I know he gonna have one of the biggest shows in the city.
With all his fans in the chat.
And everybody from fan who rooting for him, he better have a backstage pass for everybody, especially you. All right, I'm going by my business now.
Okay. Hey, AJ.
What's going on?
How are you?
I'm well, man. I want to
What's good, fam?
respectfully disagree with Pastor on the whole let's try this again thing. Still is pushing for a mistrial with prejudice, which means this is over. Because it is a fault of the court or Euro. It's his fault. So ain't no more trying this again. It's too much money, too much time. But everything is over with.
They done spent millions of taxpayer dollars at
Correct.
this point.
Correct. So that's why I'm feeling it. It is of my opinion that this is done. This is a done deal. With all these motions they're filing, still has been crossing his I's and dotting his T's this whole time. We've been sitting back watching him take notes, and he's been setting it up for an automatic guaranteed appeal if needed. But we don't even need that at this point. That's why he's been so quiet. People, y'all been comparing still to Adams. It's like yin and yang. You need that silent assassin along with Adams' direct approach. You feel what I'm saying? So with all this that's coming to, like I said, everything that's done in the dark comes to the light, and that's what's happening right now, y'all. We've been watching this for 8 months now. 8 months of nonsense, and it's hit its head in July finally.
And imagine, think about being on that jury. Imagine if you was sitting there every day for 8 months, or damn near every day for 8 months, and he talking about they have a little notebook, and then they have to leave it there when they leave. Man, I would be writing like 2 words, like, man, this is like, you know what I'm saying, just so you kind of, they know that you're actually paying somewhat attention. But the jury has to be locked out by this point. Like, as far as they're not locked in, paying attention,
But
they
from
can't be. Is
from Sylvia's point of view, a majority of the jury has already been checked out months ago. So it's not even about them winning or losing the jury, because, in my opinion, had it gone the distance, it would have been not guilty anyway.
Or a
right,
hung
right,
jury.
You feel what
100%,
I'm saying? So,
100%.
Or a hung jury.
or a hung jury at best, at worst, excuse me, at worst. So either way, the state was going to take a L. They just expedited it with rushing Woody. Because you saw when you'll ask for a brief second, when he pled the fifth on that Friday, he was like, "Are you prepared to move forward?" And the state was like, of course not. They weren't prepared to move forward. And if you've been watching, I think they even rushed to get to Woody because they was losing. We was sitting there watching boring witness after boring witness, and so they rushed Woody to come on in here to try to make up ground. That's of my opinion.
All
I
right.
think,
Hey, Fairmont,
yes,
welcome.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. How you doing, Miss Sylvia?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I think that we overlooking something so simple, and it's not, it's bigger than Euro Glanville. He's just another piece to the puzzle. But the Supreme Court has a duty to protect the citizens, but they're not doing their job correctly. So I think that we're actually missing a big piece of the puzzle. The Supreme Court and the legislators are the biggest part to this. Without them giving the states the authority to do what they're doing, Euro would not be able to do what he's doing. The police and don't get me wrong, within all of these different systems, there are some good, but there are not enough good. And the bad people outweigh the good people that are involved, and the good people hands are tied behind their backs. So I think it's really, we have to understand the form of government that we are under. And we have to understand that the system has never been fixed. It's always been broken. So what we're getting is, we're just, what they didn't expect was for the public to be able to chime in as much as we have because of the internet. The internet has given the public a seat at the table, and that's pretty much it. I do like what you're doing. I support what you're doing. Because there's not many people that get up there and speak for our people. We do have some that have the same color skin as us, but they technically aren't our people. They denounced us when they took the seats that they did and made the choices that they did. So I feel like we can't give Glanville and some of these others love, and all of these people the respect that they want, because they aren't being honorable, none of them, and it's clear to see. So I feel like we pretty much just like running in place until some things are changed with the Supreme Court and with the power that the legislators have. We'll never see change.
Thank you, Fairmont. Thank you. So what do y'all think about the motion that the judges put in?
The judges, he's gonna file as many motions as he can.
No, I'm not talking about him. The Rachel judge.
I think it's frivolous.
I feel like she only filed that and recused herself because a lot of those judges have a lot of dirt under their fingernails, and putting themselves in a place that now that they understand that the internet is powerful as it is, a lot of that dirt going to get revealed, and they typically will want to help a friend, and they would, but because it's so public and it's all over the world now, everybody is scrambling to hide their hands. So, and I agree with a lot of the things that a lot of the people that you've had on the panel have been saying, but it's actually bigger. It's actually bigger than that. And Steele has done a great job. I think that his connections, Weinstein's connections, have actually made the Supreme Court chime in a lot sooner than they actually would. And when it doesn't pass the smell test, how can we sit back and give any type of leeway to these people?
I want to piggyback off what you just said, Weinstein, and his first motion was to the Supreme Court, and people was like, "Oh, it was denied." That was a chess move. He filed that on purpose, jumping over the chain of command, because he needed the Supreme Court to say out loud that Euro needs to give it to someone else, put it in writing, so that way Euro cannot continue to force them to deal with him, which he was breaking the law on doing.
Right. So with that, Weinstein jumped the gun and went directly to the Supreme Court because of all of those judges are connected. So if he would have went to through the proper chain and went through Fulton County first, it would have got denied right away.
It would have sat there.
It would have sat there.
Mm-hmm.
So what he did was he went to the Supreme Court to kind of shine the light on them even more, so that they would have to do the right things, which is why the lady recused herself, because the light is shining now. So the only way the Supreme Court is going to act is if you make them act, and that's what he did, and that's what Steele did. That's what Steele did, and where they messed up at was they went at Donald Trump. So going at Donald Trump, they got a whole nother force of people.
It's a whole type of people.
It's a whole nother type of people that are coming at them, and they're hitting from all different angles. And those people have so many ties to the Supreme Court and to the legislators. So that's pretty much what it is.
And that's basically, yeah.
That's basically what it is. I'm not. Go ahead.
Hey, Mister, I got a question. AJ, what's going on? This is a question for the panel. This actually has something to do with Donald Trump. Have anybody ever saw Power?
Yeah.
Okay. Because they all be
connected. Okay, so do y'all remember in the episode where James St. Patrick was running for, I guess, the governor or whatever it is?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy was like, James St. Patrick is a crook and blah, 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 right? And the Democratic guy that was the head of the Democratic Party or whatever, what you call him. Can somebody tell me what he said? Because if y'all can't, I'll tell y'all.
I don't recall.
Okay. There we go with going off topic again.
No, this is actually about what's going on. That guy said, I don't care what James St. Patrick did. He is the Democratic nominee. I don't care. He could have murdered someone. He could have killed someone. I don't care. All right? Make it go away. So that is like Mr. Williams is just basically saying about the powers to be and how the politic really is playing a role in this. They went after Donald Trump. Okay. Fannie Willis is now the whole thing is tumbling down because it's like, oh, y'all got all these black young men on a RICO charge, and y'all had the ex-president of the United States. Okay. So guess what? Now it's so televised, okay, from all of the media outlets. All right, because you got to remember, Miss Silver, you probably are bigger than what is it, Channel 2 or 11. All right, people really don't look at the news channels anymore. They looking at YouTube. All right, so they like this is on a broader scale where AJ and all of us, we can tune in and give our opinions and all this and that, and it's not censored no more. So they have to do something now.
Because it's not a so because of we've been through the struggle that we've been through as a people, we tend to lean on the racism part of it. What we have to understand is racism isn't black and white, it's classism. It's about poor and rich. That's it. That's all. So if you're one of the rich, then you'll get a fair shake. Thug is actually in a better position than a lot of poor black men. You get what I'm saying? Even though he's not,
because he's rich though. That's why.
Right. So he's actually in a great position right now, and we should actually be glad that he's in this position because now the light is shining bright on them, and they have to do what's right. So at the end of the day,
Well, I'm gonna
Thug is
disagree
going.
with that. I think your delivery was off with that. I think what you're saying is you're not glad that he's in the situation. I think what you're trying to say is you're glad that the situation has a spotlight on it.
No, I'm not glad. First off, I wouldn't be glad for any person to be in a situation. What I'm saying is the fact that he does have the money to combat it. It's a lot better than just maybe you or I going through one of these type of situations. Because first of all, it wouldn't have been publicized, so all of this would have happened without anybody knowing. So we have to understand how many people are actually sitting behind bars that this has happened to, that they've ran this type of play on. This is something normal for them, and that's why they're able to sleep at night because they have no conscience. But
I have a question, Sylvia, when you're done.
But I feel like Thug was the perfect person at this particular moment to make these things happen, or at least try to get some type of change. But as a people, though, we have to really be careful who we voting for, because once you put these people in office, they kind of forget about the agenda that they ran on. So that plays a big part in a lot of it.
Thank you very much. Go ahead, AJ. And then after that, we have Mr. 444.
Now, I just have a question, like real quick. Can you give us a little tidbit, like what you got lined up, like exclusive wise, interview wise, for lawyers or anybody in the courtroom?
I have a couple of lawyers that's going to interview, but I just haven't sat down and picked a time and date for myself. I have Mr. Matthew, he's going to come. And I have Chard, he's going to come, and Mr. Weinstein. So those are the 3 interviews that
What
I
about
have.
Tamani? Is she gonna come back on later on?
Who?
Remember, you had like a lady attorney on here, and she gave her take on certain things.
You mean Timony?
Yeah.
She is doing a trial right now. She's on a trial.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay,
she's
so she's busy.
because
Okay.
I had caught her when she wasn't busy, so she's busy right now.
Miss Sylvia, have you reached out to Brian Stills?
I don't want to bother Brian right now, but he did promise me one when this is all over.
Okay.
That's awesome right there.
And Adam as well.
Okay.
But y'all have seen Adam. He said he's come in and put his little.
What about the state, Sylvia? I mean, I would love to hear from
They said they can't do anything right now.
Conflict of interest.
I've asked Miss Hilton, and she said she would, but she can't do anything right now until it's over with.
Right. That's what I'm speaking of when it's over.
When it's over, definitely everybody says they will give me one.
Definitely. Okay.
Oh, trust me, I put it in already. I put it in. I put in my bid.
Yeah,
okay,
those would be great interviews.
Yeah, Mr.
Go ahead.
Shout out to Don K. What's up, Don K? How you doing?
But the ultimate one I would want, is Thugs.
Right.
Yeah,
and Kendrick and all the other fellas.
I told you privately.
How you doing, 444?
I told you privately, Sylvia, that would be your Shannon Sharp Cat Williams when you get Thug.
Miss Sylvia, I'm sorry.
I'll pray for that.
Miss Sylvia, you can't request
444. It was 444's turn, I thought.
It is 444 turn, but everybody keep cutting him off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sylvia, do you think the jury is
But you need to fix your mic.
Huh? You hear me?
You sound muffled.
You hear me now?
Are you hiding underneath the covers?
No, I'm not hiding underneath the covers. You hear me now?
I hear you, but you're still muffled.
Do you think the DA Hilton is worried that when she look at
What was the question?
This just happens. That's why you think they fear that?
You got to repeat that, bro.
Because we didn't hear everything.
It cut out. Yeah, it cut out when you asked the question.
I said, do you think the DA can't sleep at night because when they look at Woody's live, he's outside and he's roaming around in the street, and they fear that something is going to happen to him?
Not at all. Not at all. Sorry about that, Miss Sylvia. But not at all, man. Them people don't care about that. They care about winning. That's it. That's all. And they're going to do whatever it takes to win. Period.
Carvel, get up here, man.
What you think, Sylvia?
As far as are they worried?
Yeah, because he's posting that he's outside. They don't only worry about his safety because they want him to testify. That's about it. But the more and more they see his FaceTime posts that he's outside, he wants to do interviews, they want to hurry up and get this over with. So the faster you get it over with, the faster, they get finished with Woody.
I don't know if they worry because then they would have to put some restriction on him. But I doubt.
But they never exactly, Sylvia. Bureau never gave him no restrictions, no instructions like he did any other witness.
We have to remember they're not worried about him for the simple fact they have been letting him free for years, crime after crime after crime. So they ain't worried about Woody. Woody got Woody. Woody is just actually smarter than they thought he was. See, Woody actually exposed them.
Yep.
He exposed their hand. And if you really read the transcript, you'll hear Glanville say that Woody is a savvy person because they underestimated him by not being able to use the big words. And I think that he actually understood more than they thought he did.
How old are you? I'm in that dog.
Excuse
Why
me?
did you just cut him off while he's talking, sir?
Grown.
Hello.
Hey, Derek.
Hey, how you doing, Miss Sylvia? How you doing?
Good.
I'm down here in Wilmington, Delaware. I just want to have something to say because I'm a common sense person. The thing I have a problem with is when they did the transcript today, no one has mentioned the fact about he said, I'm going to take the fifth. Nobody's mentioning that right now. Listen, and I love your platform. But nobody's talking about he said, I take the fifth. And to me, that coerced him into testifying.
We said that yesterday.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
that's most definitely coercion.
Right, but Miss Bumpus said that she never mentioned. She kept saying today on I forget where she was at. She said he said X, Y, and Z, But why didn't you mention anything? You representing him. You said you got his best interest. So why do you never mention to Miss Hilton and them and Miss Love that at the end of the day he's pleading the fifth? I just
But
felt though she never ever fought for him. And I think I said something on City Nash podcast that it was about her. It wasn't about Woody. Because when Woody said I'm gonna plead the fifth, he said I told you on Tuesday, I told you on Wednesday, I told you on Thursday, I told you on Friday. So why are we having this ex parte meeting? Once he said I'm taking the fifth, the meeting should have been over.
He
Why are we
said
still
that.
why are we still discussing anything?
He
I mean,
said that. He said that on that Friday when he took the stand. He said that he plead the fifth.
Right, but
Before Melnick left and went out of town,
right.
Melnick said that he spoke with him again and that his stance was still the same. So what I'm trying to simplify and get around all of that, we have to pay attention to the fact that the judge still went forward with doing an ex parte meeting. And like you said, coerced the man, talked over the fact that he said he wanted to plead the fifth, even Bumpkus. But in a way, it's like it boils down to they have no real oversight or no real rules to follow. They do what they want as they want, and not only that, they know how to cover it up. He took
And
3
you know what?
weeks.
You're
He
right.
took 3 weeks to get. He took 3 weeks to clean up the transcripts. Now, what that should tell us is we can't even trust the court reporter to correctly put down what we're saying, and but not only that, her hands are tied too because she works directly for the judge. So her loyalty is.
But she did put down there was no transcript done. Maybe she just didn't put anything on that,
But what I'm saying is how can we trust anything else further? When they've already showed, we've had the detectives get on the stand and not have reports, but they're giving full testimony about a matter. How can the defense attorney prepare a proper defense for their clients if they can't properly question the detectives on the information that they're given?
That's why it seemed to me it's shady because when you talk about law, there's a protocol when you're dealing with law. There's certain things that need to be done. And listen, I'm not no lawyer, but I deal with common sense. And a lot of people don't. Some people get mad at me, guys, about I deal with common sense. Well, you ain't right. Why? Because your opinion is against what I'm saying. No, I'm dealing with common sense. Now, my thing is, like I said, I'm not a lawyer. But once he said what he said, Bumpers was supposed to stop Miss Love, stop Hilton, tell the judge he taking the fifth, we out of here. If they kept going on and on, they would coerce them to do it. Then you sign. This is a question. Miss Sylvia, help me out with this one. Who was there? I know she was there, but I think she was there. I'm lying. I'm speaking of. This was the problem I had. Well, he signed the I don't call it. It's not a waiver, but he signed something that meant he won't be prosecuted. So he,
His
the
immunity
immunity
agreement.
thing. Yes, the
Okay.
immunity thing. So when he signed the immunity thing, where was his lawyer? Because
she
even
wasn't
when
there. He was in between the two doors. She wasn't there.
see, that's my point, and that's why. Listen, that's why I rock out with Mr. Steele because, first of all, you talking to him without a lawyer. Even when Glanville said, well, you need an attorney, but you should have said that in that private ex parte meeting.
Well, the attorney was there in the ex parte meeting.
Right. What I'm saying is when he signed the paperwork. That's why Bumper said today on I forget what show was on. I forget. I'm not on the show all the time, but
I see you, Rob.
yeah. He said that she said something about they talked to Mr. Melnick and said that and Mr. Melnick stood on what he said as I've been, hey, I'm taking the fifth. So why are we still having an ex parte meeting? Why did it continue? Why did it continue when he said that?
I
And then
think I'm missing the point of when you have an attorney, they
Right.
have to listen to you or not
Right.
listen, right? So if whoever chooses to talk to the police without an attorney, that's on them. And then when you have an attorney, if you're choosing to still talk and your decision is them, they can't make the decision for you. They can coach you, but you
Right.
ultimately have it. So she is sitting back asking Woody what's up. That's what she's doing. And she's allowing Woody to talk.
And it,
And this
I
is, but this is my thing regarding that, right? When I watched, she did an interview on somebody's YouTube channel, Talk Law or something like that,
yeah,
and
the
she
black
popped
guy.
on, yeah, she popped on the panel and she basically explained what happened, and she was not Lil Woody's attorney
Correct. That's
originally. She has represented him prior, but in this instant, it was attorney Melanick, and Melanick came before the court and said, hey, well, before that whole pleading the fifth, well, after the pleading the fifth, and then that was when he said he was going on vacation, and
Right.
Bumpus said that her and Melanick are buddies, and when you work in criminal
Right.
defense, they step in for one another whenever another lawyer needs a favor,
it's like a
and
That's
that's
true.
what she
teacher,
did. She
y'all.
stepped in, and I think what she was saying is that she didn't know this was all going to take place. She was just
Right.
kind of there to step in for Melanick, to be there to represent Lil Woody, and excuse me, and that happened. And so I
Right.
think she kind of was just like, well, dang, what am I supposed to do? So because
She's
she
a
was just a
substitute
fill-in.
teacher
Right.
without
So
Right. Right.
the class uh without the class plan. She was only
Right.
there to be with Woody so he can plead the fifth again in front of them. But things went awry and they had ex parte, and she was like, "Whoa, wait, whoa, wait, whoa." You know what I'm saying?
Right, but so at that point, that's what I'm saying. You are exactly right, and I'm so glad you broke it down for me, because I get emotional about my black folk. I ain't gonna lie to you, and right or wrong or indifferent. I'm a man of God, but what I'm saying to you is, everything seems shady, and the thing that she said, what if you acting as his attorney? You still, she said, no. What did she say? She said, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. She said something like, I was worried about his well-being. Well, if you're an attorney and you've been sworn in the bar, so if you knew something
But
was
that's
funny,
but
you could.
that's not I'm not so what I'm getting from what you're saying is you're blaming her, attorney Bumpus, for not stepping in. Now, I do think that she could have, stop that meeting altogether. And I do believe that Attorney Melnick, because he's informed of the entire situation, he would
Right.
not have allowed that meeting. So, Dr. TTH in the chat, I agree with you on that. But what it sounds like to me you're saying is that like it was her fault that all this happened.
Well, no,
Is that what you're trying
I'm
to
not.
say?
No, no. What I'm saying to you is, I'm not saying it was her fault. What I'm saying is, if you said what you said on that podcast today, and which I did it today. I don't really like watch this podcast, but because she was on there, that's why I watched it. But if you said out loud and said, "Well, I want to make sure Woody is good," then despite whatever's going on, you already knew once the ex parte took the turn. And then she said this, she said, "Well, I knew it took a turn because she knew that Woody was confused." But at that point, Miss Bumpus, no directed at her, then as your job, then just stop it. And
What
then we do.
what we're missing is, y'all, the state was also playing on Woody's emotions.
Oh
They they
yeah.
they were playing him against his own attorney, saying that
On his freedom.
they were saying that
Yes.
they want
Yes.
they were saying that they want you in jail. We want you free. They wanted you in jail because you plead the fifth, case is over, trial over. We want you free, not because we love you, Woody, but because
Ex-
we want to play these videos.
ex-
You understand what I'm saying? So they was playing him against his own attorney.
exactly.
And even though Woody is savvy, even though Woody is street, he's still in that room shackled and want his freedom. I
Yeah.
think it's that point, man.
Yeah. But he did say, he said, "But y'all did this to me." He
It-
said, "Y'all did this to me," because he
Well,
said
no,
that.
he said that when he was saying when they were asking him his size for clothes, they were trying to get him a change of clothes, and he said,
Right.
"Nah." y'all leave me in this because this is what y'all did to me. Y'all put me
Right,
in these jail clothes. So this is how I want to go out. Don't try to
right.
hide it now, basically.
Woody was
But they basically played
2
on
years,
his,
and still they said
you know,
definite.
that's how I see it.
I just feel as though that Woody was still confused. And I'm not saying that Woody's not educated. And Woody did say that he has been in jail multiple times. But even Ms. Bumper said today, she said, well, you've been in court. Woody been in court like numerous times, but he never been in face of a judge. It's totally different. And that's where I think that Glanville was supposed to step in and do his job. But he allowed Miss Love, like he normally do. He allowed Miss Hilton to do what they do normally do, cut him off. If you look at the transcript, there's many times when the judge started talking and he was interrupted again. And what I'm saying is, like, to me, whether you with the state and you're a judge, but you have to be fair. And even when I said, when Woody said I take the fifth, then it's over. Why he's still a witness? Why is he still there as a witness? If he said in front of the jury that I'm taking the fifth, why are you still using Woody?
You keep saying that, but it's because of Euro. Euro allowed them to bring
Right,
it
right.
out.
You're right. And you know what, bro? That's what
Judge
I'm saying. But that's what
Urinal.
I said as a
Judge Urinal.
right.
I'm calling him by his real name.
Well, I said Glanville, but I called him something else during the podcast. But yeah, I agree. I just feel as though that you have a job to do, and like I told my coworker today, we got a little scattle about it. It's like, well, you're innocent to proven guilty. And what I've seen throughout this case is nobody said nothing about Thug. And the crazy part is that I think you guys might have picked up on it when Woody said, I wanted to kill Thug. I don't understand why the case kept going on. After Woody said, I wanted to kill Thug.
It's not about his testimony. All they wanted him to do, I mean, not do. The only reason they wanted him up there so they can play those old videos. It don't matter what he said. Anything
Right,
he said, they was gonna impeach anyway. All
right,
the
right.
reason they wanted him up there was to play those videos.
And let me ask you this question. Because I'm not a law person. And like I said, I'm from Chester, Pennsylvania. I live in Wilmington. But the question I want to ask is, once you put somebody in jail and everything goes to the judge, what my coworker said today, when they lock you up, they give you this paperwork and say X, Y, and Z said this, X, Y, and Z said this is why you locked up. But everything is based upon social media and what you said in your rap what you said in your rap. How is that constitutional? How you lock Thug up on what somebody said? And after not only that, let me say this too. Woody also said, "I'm a liar. I've been lying all my life." So why this?
Well,
Why is it
well,
still going on?
well, because this is the thing. You're saying that uh they locked him up on basically hearsay on words. Actual crimes took place. Don't get that twisted.
Oh, and
Actual
I'm not.
crimes did take
I'm
place.
not.
But the problem is that the charge that they're charging him with is being a gang leader, and he's basically orchestrating, telling these dudes to go do this, go do that, and then they're
Right.
basically bringing him, bringing it back to him as the leader.
Right.
It's no different than a
Right.
drug lord or whatever. And he has
Right.
all these people working the streets and stuff. That's what they're saying. But the problem
Right.
is they're having a hard time, which they have not proven, is that each of those crimes that were taking place were ordered by him. That's what they cannot prove.
Right.
So that's why it's not. And then on top of that, in this entire case, it has been, they're all dirty. I'm talking about from the detectives. Think about all the detectives that have came in and testified.
Mm-hmm.
The light skinned dude, they're all crooked. The detectives, the investigators, the damn judge now, the state prosecutors. I mean, they're all, this entire case has
Gators in there
corruption
too.
and dirtiness in the entire case.
Right.
So to me, it's a wash. Like he's gonna be found not guilty, or the case it's over with. Period.
We have to
And
look at the tactical stance that they took too. When Woody pleaded the fifth on that Friday, they locked him up. Not only did they lock him up, that means that they worked with the sheriff and stopped him from being able to have any phone calls, any access to the world, period. What we don't understand is when you get behind them walls, them people have total control of the food, of everything that you can access. You know, I was hearing people say that they're allowed to see the cases while they're in court. They're able to view it. Not if they don't want you to. If they don't want you to, that TV won't work right. I promise you.
Sylvia, I have a question. What was when Nuts family was there? What was the atmosphere like? What was going on?
Wow. That's a good question.
Because it seems like they tried to turn this into a nut case, and it's not that.
And I totally agree. And
Sylvia.
right. I agree with you, bro. The other part of that, and Miss Sylvia, I'm sorry to cut in, but the other part I couldn't understand was when you put the dad and mom up there. There's a thing called about the witness thing as I've been being having them on the stand because they're going to always promote their son and whatever. And then before that happened was there's two things I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be shut up. Was that when they did the records of the phone calls. None of those phone calls. It was like two phone calls. It was multiple phone calls with the Thug, but Thug never answered. Number two, then when Thug finally said something to somebody, I don't know if it was DK or Kenneth Copeland, it wasn't that long. And then one was about the lawyer. And I'm saying, okay, well, how you still got this man locked up and you have no proof of it? I'm confused. Like, me being affiliated as in YSL, right? Say I'm in Delaware. So if I say I ride up with YSL. So I remember the investigator, I forget her name. She said, well, there's nothing wrong with being in the gang. There's nothing wrong with being in the gang. It's what you do while you're in the gang, and then you promote the YSL. But because you promote YSL doesn't mean that you're a criminal. Doesn't make you a bad guy. And even at that point, and like the other gentleman said, that all you're doing is making things up as you go. Like, how's he in jail? Like, it make me think that the system is so corrupt. Like, I'm in Delaware. If I'm in Delaware, I ride with Thug. I'm 55 years old. I'll be 56. But I want things to be done fairly to our black folk. And I'm just being real with you right now. So I'm saying to you, well, even if Thug was that kind of person, right? But you have to show proof. And the part that I'm having a problem with that I can't comprehend at 55 years old, soon to be 56, is how you lock this man up and you have no proof of him doing anything. Even when they did the phone calls. Those phone calls didn't go to Thug.
They went
to Birdman.
All they need is for a person to sign a statement against you, and that's enough.
Wow.
And take the stand. That's why they're forcing Woody to take the stand. Without Woody getting on the stand, the whole case falls apart.
So when Woody said, I lied on them to get that's in the transcript, that he lied on them to get himself off. So why the case ain't over with?
Because they never expected for the transcripts or anybody to find out about the ex parte meeting. It was supposed to be secret. See, they didn't expect for what was done in the dark to come to the light.
Gotcha.
So now that it's in the light, they have no choice but to face it. So what they're doing now is just cleaning up. It's a cleanup crew now. And that's what they're doing. They're hiding their hand.
And again, Miss Sylvia, I apologize. It's just that I'm just animated by my black folk, and it's I've been in a situation. I turned 50 years old, and I lived in 3 different states, and I wound up gotten different situations done to me. And it's like I had no lawyer, and I never been in court, so I agreed to some things I shouldn't agree to. But I love the platform, guys, and Miss Sylvia. I'm just confused, like, I'm just talking my black folk going through so much. And I agree with this person said on one of these platforms or YouTube or whatever, when he said
Y'all crazy.
that we do it to ourselves. And it's bad. It's bad. And I grew up when had your NWA. I remember the government tried to come at NWA and shut them down about F the police. And it's like they're using those things. But let me say this, I'm gonna shut up. If we don't vote people in that's for us, we're gonna lose. That's just how I feel.
We don't
I
actually
just
know who's for us. We don't
eh,
actually know who for us. The poor people aren't actually getting a chance to be in those seats. So it ain't gonna be fair. It's not gonna be fair. If we looking for fair, it ain't been fair in 500 years. So,
Well,
I
I'm
agree.
I'm
I
gonna be
agree.
I'm gonna be honest too though, but a lot of times what does mess it up for us is people like Judge Glanville and if you guys pay attention, there's a mayor that's in Dalton. It's people like that that's of us that ruins it for all of us because then people view us in that light. You see what I'm saying? It's the typical stereotype of certain people, and I think that could hurt
we
us.
we were already viewed in that light when they gave us the term black as
Absolutely,
a person.
absolutely.
We were already viewed in that
By
light
default, by default, for sure,
by
100%.
default. So we have
I
to
agree.
understand. We have to understand that none of this stuff is written. None of it is written for us. It was written for the forefathers.
Just to me, it's just sad, man. What happened to me, if I had money, I could afford it, and there's some things I said, and my son came at me, and well, Dad, why you say X, Y, and Z? And I'm like, well, I've never been locked up before, so I've never been, pulled over, out of my 50 years, and so I'm not used to this system and what's going on. So I thought being honest was key. And my oldest son said to me, he said, "No, Dad, don't be honest no more." And that hurt me because me being a man of God, it's kind of crazy. Like, um, for me to tell the truth, it hurts me. So now I'm at a point in my life that if I get pulled over, I got to lie, and I've never been a liar. But I agree with both you guys, and
I
I think
mean, you lied. You said you lied because of what?
I didn't lie, and it hurt me. And my son said to me, my oldest son said, "Well, Dad, why you say X, Y, and Z?" I said, because if I wasn't drinking and driving, I'm like, I'm at a friend's house. I'm not doing anything. I'm not driving my car. So the law was changed. I'm gonna say, guys, Miss Sylvia, it might have been changed in the state of Delaware, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Where though if you sitting in your yard and you having a drink and your keys is on you and your vehicle is 50 feet from you, they could charge you with a DUI. A white man told me, my probation officer said to me that his best friend was sitting in his driveway having a beer. He just pulled up from work. He tired. He got a six pack. He's sitting in his driveway and he chilling. He ain't driving. Not going nowhere. He going in the house. The cop pulled up on him, came in his driveway.
But keep it real. Was you drinking and driving though?
No, I was not. I was parked. I was not. I'm being honest with you. I don't lie. And that's what
Y'all, what the F are we talking about? Come on, man.
I'm just being honest with you. I was not driving, bro.
Let's bring it back in. Nah, it's
All
not
right,
about
bro. I was not driving I was not
Sylvia.
driving my vehicle.
Sylvia, you've been asking us our opinion. I want to ask you yours. What is your opinion
She said,
of?
she said, wait, she said, wait a minute. So I'm just, my thing is, so that one made me turn and be about, against police. My uncle was a police officer in the city of Chester, Pennsylvania. And then he became juvenile. He went to juvenile and then he retired. And I've never been against
Okay,
police.
okay. Not to be rude, bro, but what does that have to do with what's going on with this Glanville YSL?
Oh no, it's because it's like, the law that's being done, bro. It's like it's totally against us. It's
It is.
totally.
It was written. It was written to hold. It was written to keep a certain group of people. Like I said, it's not about black and white. It's about rich and poor. It was to keep a certain people in a certain position to keep lying in their pockets. This is how these people take care of their families. This is how they buy the $1 million mansions. This is how they take the trips that they take off the backs of the poor. So until the poor people have a seat at the table, but not just a seat, a voice that's actually being heard and being listened to, nothing is going to change.
I got you.
Nothing is going to change.
Have y'all noticed that none of the witnesses have helped the state other than the cops?
I
Because
agree.
they did
I
the
agree.
same thing to each one of them. You have to
None
think
of them.
about it. They caught each one of these people in vulnerable positions. Not only that, the investigations that were ran, these investigations were led by the detectives. Everything that was being said in those videos, from what I hear and from what I see, those was not people just coming forward with information that they have. Those were people who were trying to get themselves out of a situation and agreed to just say whatever needed to be said so they can get home to their families. That was the only
Exactly.
way that they knew how to get out of those situations. So the fact that they had to face the people that they have accused of these things, they wanted to take some steps back, but they had already went too far.
Whoa. I respectfully disagree with that, because you sounding like you're saying they said something 10 years ago and now they don't want to say it in front of them.
No,
It is
what
a
I'm
it is
saying is they said something 10 years ago to get themselves out of a situation.
Right.
Their
Right.
whole mission was to get out of their situation. They didn't expect to have to get on the stand and do what they did, because 9 times out of 10, most people take the plea. So they would never know who said what or who did
Right.
what. The fact that Thug and them took it to trial, now they have to get on the stand. And that's not what they wanted to do. That's what I'm saying.
okay.
Right.
You speaking just to the DKs and the deans. I'm talking like all the witnesses.
I'm speaking of all of the witnesses besides the detectives. Detectives are going to get on the stand and say what needs to be said, because that's their
Sylvia, drop the
job.
link.
That's their job, whether they lie or not. They're not going to be held accountable. I don't care how much we rant and rave about it. Like, all of those people that we're speaking of have immunity. They have immunity. So which means they have the same thing that Woody has. They can get up there and do what they want to do, and ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. Don't get me wrong. They might make somebody retire or something like that, but in a matter like this, do you really think retiring is enough? No, they should be really held accountable. The law should apply to them the same way it applies to everybody else, but it doesn't.
Boom.
And that's just that.
I don't know. I'm looking on the screen. I'm 55 years old. I'm trying to find your name, but listen, you said a mouthful, and I'm not really disagreeing with the other gentleman, but
Hold on.
when
You
you
said a
really look,
mouthful, bro.
you said he said a mouthful, and my thing is that if these things went down and how they went down. Now I want to ask you a question. Because it just came to my mind.
Okay, y'all. I was on the phone taking care of something. People are saying that you guys are all off topic. What's going on?
Off the topic, we've been Miss Sylvia. My apologies. Like I said, I'm just speaking to put some things I've seen that I don't like. Um, I don't know. I don't live in ATL. And whatever they're talking about, I'm not even on the can see what they're saying. To address what they're saying. But the real truth is that
And you digging me. You thought I was bad.
I didn't say you was bad. I didn't say I
To
just
sum it all up, my bad. I don't mean to cut you off.
yeah, you
But
good, you good.
to sum it all up, it does not matter what state we live in. It does not. The play is being ran in all these states.
Sylvia,
It's the exact same play.
Sylvia, I had asked you a question. I didn't know you had took a call. I was
Yeah.
asking you, did the state present this as a nut trial for his family?
And that's what I'm being told, that they were told that they promised that they were going to
Because from my understanding, living here, being here, that's an unsolved case. It's unsolvable. Hence, that's why they brought it up in this RICO. So it seems like they maybe promised something, or like not, like some resolution.
Yeah, to send somebody to prison.
Right. So listen, and I'm gonna tell you what Miss Gaither said.
Sylvia, hold on one second,
Sylvia.
Derek. Hold on one second,
Yeah,
Derek.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sylvia, someone in the chat said that there's more replies and motions.
I'm checking now.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Go ahead, guys.
Well, I heard Gaither say to Woody, "Well, I'm trying to do X, Y, and Z, and blah blah blah. Somebody got killed, but you supposed to be animated about whoever get killed. You making it just about Nut, but you supposed to be animated about whoever get killed."
Mr.
And
Gates is dirty anyway.
yo, I heard her say this. She said, "I'm trying to make this right and make it. Somebody got killed." She said that on the stand, and I'm like, "Well, wait a minute, Gaither. If you for justice, then you should be doing that for everybody, not just Nut." And to find out, where I live at, to find I don't know, I don't live at ATL, and find out that Nut wasn't this saint, but you gonna say, well, somebody was killed. That was about Nut. And like, do you have special a situation with the family or something? Because you're supposed to be animated about everybody being killed in ATL, not just Nut. I heard her say it on the stand. I'll be quiet now. Go ahead.
No, you won't.
I just see, and that's kind of the
He
thing,
said,
right?
"No, you won't."
That's kind of the thing, right?
I heard him.
It's when we come together, we can't even come together. Like even at this particular moment, we sling and hurl shots at each other when we're all sitting here trying to make some sense of what is taking place. So it's like we just all got to learn how to really stick together and really learn from these things. And the most part that I've learned from this, being a young brother that came from the streets and was out there, like, man, I denounce all that. I give it all up because I see now ain't nobody gonna help you. You get what I'm saying? Like,
But
I
so it's
agree.
like the best thing for us to do is learn from these situations. That's the only thing we can do. Other than that, we just really just setting ourselves up for failure.
To your point, it seemed as if Jeff was trying to denounce all this, because you had people on the stand who were saying they were kicked off of tours because they was acting out, who he removed himself from, who he wasn't answering phone calls from. So he was doing his best to to do both things, to uplift his friends or his
Mhm.
community, and when they was acting out, to remove himself from them.
Right. But they're overlooking that part.
But I said that, bro, earlier, that the phone
That's the
calls,
problem I have with it.
right? And listen, I agree. And I'm telling the young man that just spoke upon that about being against. I'm not against anyone, but I want the truth to come out. And the problem is that if Thug cut himself off from all those folk that was doing wrong, why is he wrong? That's what I'm saying. Like, if he cut them off from that situation, he wasn't. Let's talk about the rental cars. I know you guys been watching. Let's talk about the rental cars.
Mm-hmm.
He had an account with the rental car people.
Correct.
Even the two rental car people said, "I ain't never seen Doug."
Correct.
So he had a corporate account with them, where though anybody can go get a car,
Right.
take the car back. They don't have to, Doug don't have to be there to sign. Doug was on a tour.
Correct.
So now all of a sudden, because his name is on the rental car, he's a bad guy. What they do outside of Thug has nothing to do with Thug.
I mean, that's just the state reaching. You know what I'm saying? That we've been watching this. They've been reaching with everything they've been saying, from the tweets that got. From the tweets that are out of context, from the lyrics that are out of context. They just been out of context with everything they've been doing. And like you just said, I'm $1 million man. I got a corporate account with a rental car. I can rent a car for anybody.
Right.
I'm not there. I don't know what's going on in said rental
Exactly.
car. I ain't around, so you can't put that on me. But
Right.
that's the state thing to find a case to fight. If you've been watching, they've been trying to put anything that how can I say, anything that says Jeff, anything that says Thugger, they've been throwing in there. All the way to you remember way back when they said he got 20 million on his head. They was trying to make it seem like Thug had 20 million on somebody's head when it really they was just talking about Uzi. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like
Right.
they've been trying unsuccessful.
Miriam, I have a question. You said that Ashley Merchant said something regarding the case, the ex parte meeting. Is that just now? Can you just confirm that in the chat, or where did you see that at? Go ahead, y'all.
Man, we're not gonna even get to the defense presenting a case.
I wanted to see the defense.
I did
Yeah.
too, Sylvia, because it's like they witness list with star power, and they was gonna basically do what's still already been saying. He's had to present his case just to refute or everything the state been saying already. You know what I'm saying? Like he been had to jump out there when he ain't had to. You're making him. He's had to object to things that he shouldn't have to object to. Excuse
Well,
me. It's been stuff that's been put in evidence over objection that shouldn't even be in there. Period.
that
Right,
was
which is the
but
hearsay. They've allowed
right,
a lot of hearsay. So
right,
what they're
right,
doing,
right, right.
so look, right, hearsay just came into effect not too many years ago. Before hearsay, they actually had to have physical evidence. So what hearsay does is allow them to not have to have the physical evidence,
Right,
but use the
right,
words of another person against you.
But I need you
right,
what you
It's really called circumstantial evidence.
that's
right,
The
right, bro.
same
You're
thing.
right.
Hearsay,
and that's what this
circumstantial.
RICO is
Yeah.
built off
Right,
of.
but the difference is when back before they put the hearsay law into effect, you had to have some physical evidence that
Right,
coincided with the circumstantial evidence in order to
right,
get a conviction. Now
right.
what they're doing is they're putting the
They're
hearsay with circumstantial evidence and trying to get a conviction. And,
what you're saying is they don't have a hearsay law. It's just how broad
no hearsay.
it's how
There
broad the RICO is in Georgia, which
No, there no,
allows
even the state, there is a hearsay law. It just came into effect not too many years ago. And I know that because I had a case similar to Thugs where
y'all gonna
hearsay
stop talking
was
about y'all cases online,
no.
please. Somebody did that
The
yesterday.
thing about it though is the hearsay was all a lie. It's the exact same thing that's going on with Thug. It was all a lie.
Jeez.
It was all a lie. You get what I'm
Well,
saying? So I'm not worried about
Okay,
that.
Dom, there's nothing new on in
nothing
the
yet.
no. Well,
Okay.
what are they trying to say? Maybe
I
they
don't.
came in late from when I read what we
Well,
had already.
well, no. They confirmed that. I guess she tweeted. Ashley Merchant tweeted a little bit earlier today or yesterday, one of the two. I can't remember, but they had just said that she tweeted it, so it wasn't anything that particularly dropped.
So you had me
And
go searching for no reason.
well, no, they had confirmed that after I had just seen that right now because I'm not reading the chat.
Do you know? Do
Uh,
you know? Do you know? It's really a struggle to keep looking at it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
yeah, I know, I didn't, like I said, I didn't see her say that until just now, so my apologies. But as far as people, I see a couple people saying that like other people, she dropped the link several times, but nobody has hit it. I don't know.
Dr. TTH has been trying to get up there, but her
Her thing is
device
messed
is
up.
not connecting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys should hit the panel and see, give your take or whatever.
Sylvia, I have a
On
question. What's the rules on the jury? At what point can they start speaking? Once this is resolved?
Once it's over, yes. Yeah, I want the jurors after this.
I know we do.
Sylvia.
That's what I
Yeah,
want.
they
Because
suffering.
I want you to speak to note taker. Because I want to
Note
know
taker?
what
What does
they've
that
been
mean?
writing down.
What does
Like
that mean? What does note taker mean?
That's writer.
writer, my bad, writer. If you don't know what writer means,
See, if we were in court right now, you know what would happen? They would say, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have a security break or a security issue. We need to take a comfort break.
No,
We'll
it's
be back
not
in 5
security because
minutes.
I gave nicknames to every single one of
we
the
got
jurors.
nicknames,
We'll be
dog.
back in 5 minutes, and then come back an hour and 26 minutes later."
Yeah, that's Euro's game plan.
Yeah, that's his game. That's his game.
5 minutes turning to an hour real fast.
Yeah, it's
Right.
sad. It's sad though.
But
Would because the
but that's
Euro
that's
would
how he's
go
been
and
given
search up case
time.
law for the state. So a lot of the times that's why he was doing what he was doing, because he was putting those play. He was orchestrating. If you ask me, he orchestrated a lot of the case law that Hilton and Love was using.
I don't. I disagree with that one, bro. And I disagree because, like Sylvia said, he's been giving. They filed for a speedy trial, and the speedy trial doesn't apply until a jury is in place, right? So, with all these breaks he's been having, he's been giving time to the state to build a case and trial with all these breaks.
Exactly. But if you think that's the only time that him and the state has had an ex parte,
oh hell no. I mean,
okay then.
Hey,
I'm sorry, my bad. I'm
Okay then. You know, it's clear as day what's been going on, and we gotta know that it's been going on since day one. Like someone said earlier, he signed the first warrants to go out and get those guys. He's deeply invested in seeing those guys be found guilty. It's clear as day.
I agree.
Fairmont, you are very, very smart about this. How do you know so much?
Because I sat here and watched this man before I actually seen the signals being broadcasted all over the internet. I was watching it and I thought I was tripping. I'm like, why does he keep doing this? Not only that, when the defense would get up to argue a motion and they would try to present case law, he would cut them off because he doesn't want it on the record.
Off the record. He get them off the record, bro. Yes. He did that.
And when you notice
religiously.
You guys remember when Steele had initially brought up this ex parte meeting? The judge kept cutting him off because he didn't even let Brian Steele
I don't
finish.
want to talk about that. I don't need.
He literally did not let Steele even finish what he had to say. I was like, yeah, you know you're guilty of something. You know what I'm saying? Because you wouldn't just be over talking and cutting him off to not even allow him to speak the whole story that he got. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy.
He didn't care about that. He wanted to know who was the rat. That's what he wanted to know. Who snitched on me, which is crazy because he told the jurors not to be on any sites, and someone will tell.
He got that towards the end. He got real heavy with that instruction towards the end. Don't watch any third party. Don't listen to nobody. Nah, bro.
Right, because the bloggers have been hitting it on the head. They have been calling out what they see that's not right. And I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of bloggers have really been on point with this case.
So let me say this. Do you think at any time, I'm sorry to cut y'all off, I apologize humbly. Do you think at any time when Steele lawyer came in that represented Trump, do you think at any time that had an impact on Glanville?
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. You have to know that it didn't because of how he conducted himself after that. After that, once he seen Trump's attorneys come in, that's when he started to start his cleanup mission. He didn't expect for that ex parte to be revealed. So when Steele got up to speak about that, he kind of made it a confrontational thing, which truly showed his hand. It showed. He's been showing it since the beginning. It was no coincidence that him and Hilton were doing those signals. Him and Ms. Love have been doing that since the beginning.
We ain't got to guess. Sylvia right there. gotta get Sylvia. When the extra lawyers was in the room, how did how did Ural's demeanor change?
Well, it was more of the deputies was the ones trying to keep them out the courtroom.
Really?
which is
Mhm.
Right.
illegal as
Because
can be.
because Glanville had already given
Yo,
them
chill out.
he
Sylvia, what you mean?
What do you mean? What I mean?
The deputy was trying to block the lawyers from coming in. I thought it was
Yeah, they wouldn't let them in.
the deputies work for the judge, bro.
Yeah,
The
they do.
deputies work for the judge. Whatever the
That's their
judge
boss.
tell them to do,
Sylvia, drop
that's
the
what they're
link
gonna
again,
do.
please.
So if he says, watch everybody that comes into the courtroom, and he needs to know, they're gonna notify him of that. And that's why, if you notice, when all of those people came into the courtroom, his body language changed. If you notice, she asked, could the other 20 lawyers come in? He said there was nowhere for them to sit, but the jury pool was open, and she
Right.
pointed that out.
Merchant
So
looked around. Merchant looked
He,
around like,
he and they had the space. He just didn't want to be called out, and to see that there was 20 to 25 lawyers there ready to get, and think about, they each probably had certain points of views, perspectives, case law, legalities, all of that, and he didn't want that because he was about to get embarrassed.
they were finna verbally jump.
They really were. But just to kind of go on that, Sylvia, can you pull up, Miriam was saying, can you pull up the Ashley Merchant tweet, what she said regarding the ex parte meeting, I guess, a few hours ago,
Okay,
if you
you
don't
have to
mind?
go to Ashley's tweet.
Ashley Merchant Twitter, yeah.
Okay.
If someone can give, I don't know her name on there, but
It should be Ashley Merchant, right?
yeah. Yeah, if you just type it in, it should pop up just to see. Yeah, the link was dropped, guys. If you scroll up a little bit, she just dropped it not too long ago.
And while she looked that up, let me just say this: while Miss Sylvia looked that up, I think even though I know y'all said what y'all said, but I think once she got involved, I think this got more national. People start looking at this thing as a problem, and I'm serious. And then somebody said earlier, though, that what they say? Oh my God, I gotta remember. I'm old now. I gotta remember. Said that once she got involved, and they said that if Trump get in office, he gonna shut all that. He gonna shut Fannie Wells down.
It's
How
the
y'all feel about
connections.
that?
It's the connections that they have. Ashley Merchant and Brian Steele have a lot of connections in
Yes,
the
they
Supreme
do.
Court. So,
She's
it did.
she's head of the defense lawyers, right?
Gacta.
Okay.
I don't see any tweets
And
from her.
people forget that Brian Steele has been practicing law for 30 years, guys. That's a long time. He's one of the top lawyers in Georgia.
But
He has that.
the other person is the ponytail,
The that white guy.
That's
Yeah.
Harvey. That's Harvey.
Harvey.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's a beast.
Harvey.
They say he's a beast.
Right. So Harvey was silent, and he was calling the judge out. He was silent for a minute, and he start calling the judge out on a lot of the different things that the judge was doing, and a
Okay,
lot
I
of
don't see Ashley's Merchant's tweet.
she was on
Not
I think the
there.
tweet that he's talking about was on a lady named Kat. I think it's Kat, not Williams.
So basically what you're saying is another Twitter page quoted Ashley Merchant what she said, given
No, she's having
on this
conversation
particular
on
meeting.
that person's tweet. So
Right.
who's that person? What's the name?
Right.
I
So that's
think
what
her
I'm
name
saying.
is
So did
Kat, not Williams.
Miriam, can you tell us where you found it? What's the Twitter link or Twitter handle that you found it at? If you could put the @ and then that way she can pull it up and put it up there.
I think it's spelled KATT, not Williams.
Okay, if you go to
it says
Thugger
her
Daily.
account suspended. What? Oh Lord.
If you go to Thugger Daily, I guess Miriam said that someone retweet Thugger Daily.
It
It'll
says
be
her
on that
account
Twitter handle.
suspended. They said her account is suspended.
I bet it would be. Hello.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm sorry, y'all. People don't want to hear the truth. I'm just being honest. Eviction lawyer, how you doing, man?
Truth is, the problem is that we have to sit here and have a conversation about something that's really so simple.
But that's what I
Jay,
said to you earlier.
respectfully, come on now.
Yeah, yeah.
What I'm saying is the Constitution is
I don't
supposed to
see it,
protect
y'all.
us.
Sorry, go ahead.
The Constitution is supposed to protect us all, and as we see, it doesn't. So, you know, it is what it is.
Let me say two things I found out, and I got in the political game. So when I was in the city of Chester, Pennsylvania, right? So Comcast is basically run everything in the state of Pennsylvania. So when there was a debate, um, Chester have 37,000 people in Chester, right? And it's basically 90% black. But it's been Republican city for over 100 some odd years. So when the Democrats had put out something to pay for, the advertisement to, promote them and whatever, some of
Okay,
them things was a play.
okay, I found it. Hold on, not to cut you off, but Sylvia, I
Yeah,
found it.
yeah.
Um, Okay, so basically what happened was Thugger Daily tweeted 23 hours ago, and they said Judge Glanville has released the ex parte hearing transcript at 7:45 p.m. We'll upload full document in the replies. And then Thugger Daily had put the picture of, the filing, and then the link to the full transcript, and then Ashley Merchant. I don't know if this is her official, but it's an Ashley Merchant handle, and then that person responded directly to the full transcript. So I'm assuming it's her. And she says, the fact that neither the prosecutors or the judge knew what was going on is somewhat terrifying. As soon as a criminal defense lawyer says, quote, if my client testifies, I am withdrawing, end quote, anyone who does this work should immediately know that is a noisy withdrawal. A noisy withdrawal is when you believe your client, by testifying, will be potentially committing perjury. It is literally signaled by the words, quote, if he testifies, I am withdrawing, end quote. But Love, apparently in her own legal world, accused the defense lawyer of not protecting his client. She said, quote, whose interests is he? Melnick is like whose interest is Melnick protecting by withdrawing if he testifies? His clients or the defendants. She kept repeating that she asked for this ex parte because of her concern over whose interest Melnick was protecting by withdrawing. Miss Love told court that Melnick was withdrawing if Copeland testified. Immediately, the court and counsel should have known what that meant. Melnick was doing his ethical and legal duty by threatening to withdraw if Copeland testified. Court and counsel should have immediately figured that out. But instead, Miss Love kept accusing Melnick of having conflicted loyalties. When they were accusing him of the defense lawyers and him talking, going back in the hallway and whatever. And then it says, because the defense lawyers always are blamed and questioned about their own ethics. Defense lawyers deserve to be treated better. This work is hard enough. I will always stand beside our courtroom warriors doing their job. And then Thugger Daily responds to her and says, thank you for the reply. This clears up a little confusion for me because as a layperson, I didn't understand Melnick's arrangement, quote unquote. Makes sense now. Was always clear that the witness's best interests were not for the prosecutors to determine, though.
And Bumpus said that even though she was saving her ass, she said the same exact shit you just said, bro. I'm trying to tell you, she said that on that podcast. She said the same thing you just said. The same exact thing. And the thing that she was saying was, oh, I ain't see the transcript. No, nigga, you don't need to see the transcript. You was there. You know what was said. You know that Woody talked to Melnick. You know that. You took it personal. That's what you did. She said that today. Thank God. Listen, I thank you for that, man, because I was battling it for a minute, and that's why I mentioned her earlier. She knew. She
But
was
we
only
got to,
saving her booty. She was saving her booty because he wanted to throw her in jail.
but we have to remember that
booty selling.
Bumpkins was once a DA as
Hello.
well.
We're not gonna be talking about booty selling over here.
I'm sorry. I'm not. Miss Sylvia, I apologize. I didn't say booty selling. She was trying to save her booty. As I've been, she's trying to save herself. She's trying to save herself. But that was already said. She already admitted to it. That's why I'm coming at her right now. When the gentleman said, "Why you coming at Bumpers?" Because she already knew. She knew what was going down.
AJ,
If
you was
not,
up here cussing?
did I curse?
They said you was cussing, AJ, not you.
Oh, okay. I didn't curse. But yeah, Miss Sylvia, that's what I was saying. Like, wait a minute. If they coming at your client and you represent your client, even if you stand in their place, you still supposed to represent him. Well, even when I said earlier, I said, if he said I'm gonna plead the fifth, I don't understand. She just said, well, he plead the fifth. He don't understand. You kept going along with the state to say, well, Love got involved, Hilton got involved, and then the judge was reiterating what the gentleman said earlier. He was just co-signing what the state was saying. And I'm like, wait a minute.
In her defense, though, how do we know that her and Woody didn't put this play together to expose the judge and the district attorney?
Yeah, why he fired him?
Well, for all due respect, I don't think Woody is that intelligent.
And I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to say that.
I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just saying, as a person who's worked for the DA's office in a different state, there is like she didn't defend Woody at all. She left
at
him.
All.
And
at
my
all.
just from reading the transcripts,
exactly
from reading the transcripts, when Woody said on Friday that he was going to plead the fifth, there was no reason for him to meet with them anymore after that point. There was just no reason. There was no reason to do that.
Thank you, baby.
So for her to allow them to meet with him, and then for Ms. Love to say we want to have another conversation, it was her job to say you're not talking to my client, you're not speaking to him. She, in my personal opinion, she did absolutely nothing to represent Woody. Woody was better off not having anybody there. Like, she's an attorney. She don't get to say I wasn't prepared, I didn't know. That's not how that works. Trust me when I tell you, from working with these lawyers, they talk all the time, they text all the time. She knew exactly what she was getting into. She wasn't surprised. There was like no secret, oh, I didn't know this was going to happen. She knew, she didn't care, and she probably just didn't want to get involved to a certain extent, because at the same time, a lot of these criminal defense attorneys, they don't want to ruffle the feathers with these DAs because they still need them for plea deals when they're other upcoming cases. So I believe she knew what she was doing. I believe she didn't think it was going to get this out of hand. But if you read the transcripts, where in any of those transcripts did she defend this man at all? Where did she say, wait a second, this is getting a little out of hand, he's not comfortable? If he didn't understand something, that was a conversation between him and her. Why is Ms. Love explaining something to him? Why is Hilton explaining something to him? Why is the judge explaining something to him? We don't do this type of stuff in court. We don't listen.
Sylvia, I have a question.
They were trying to strong arm him, basically.
They did strong arm him. It wasn't trying. It was, and what I'm saying, I worked in these courtrooms. I know how this game goes. Trust me when I tell you that. There was no reason on God's green earth for the judge to say anything to him other than, Mr. Copeland, did your lawyer explain the situation to you? Did you understand? Okay. What are you going to do? Anything outside of those questions, it was coercion. Now, whether the judge was, in my personal opinion, I think he's working. I think he's proved that he's working for the state overtime. Like, he got it. I'm sure they paying him in some kind of other way. But I just say that, like, all this talk about him not knowing and her, like, that's not how that works. Not in the real world. Like, as a person who's worked for the prosecution, I know how we play. Like, the way they getting down is dirty, and Me personally, if I was Copeland, when this whole thing is over, I'd be suing everybody for cover of law violations. Everybody be getting sued, from the judge to the prosecution, because what they're doing is it's so wrong and it's so dirty. Like, there's no reason for people to be talking to this man. Like, it's really only a couple of questions a judge can ask you before we start going out of your jurisdiction. Like, they just playing dirty, in my personal opinion. Like,
Sylvia.
and she know what she's doing. Bumpus is not innocent. She's not a victim. She wasn't played. She knew what she was getting into, and you know what I'm saying? She thought it was whatever her reasons was. I just believe she wasn't, and I believe Glanville was correct also for not letting her off, because per the rules, when you're in the middle of a trial, you just cannot fire your attorney in the middle of a trial. There has to be a grace period. So I don't believe the judge was doing anything dirty in that sense. I believe if he fired her in chambers, which everyone said he did, at that point in time, the judge should have told him, you can't fire her. You can fire her, but it's a 10-day grace period. Basically, she's not fired right away. So when she got on with lead the attorneys, and she said, I was doing him a courtesy, bro. You weren't doing him a courtesy. That's the law. Even if he fires you today, it's a 10-day waiting period. There is no getting around that. That's law. So you wasn't doing him a courtesy. You were doing what the law required you to do. What are you talking about? So that's my personal opinion.
Yeah,
But
as
what
an
about he was
attorney.
sitting there temporary?
Well, yeah, as an attorney, but where I disagree is I think what Bumpus was doing was legit a favor for Melnick, and it was just supposed to be for that day.
But
That's
she know,
it.
but this
In
is
her
where me and
mind,
you disagree. This is where me and you
that's what I
disagree.
think.
But this is what I'm saying to you. There is no such thing as for that day. There is no such thing. When you step in as an attorney, right? Unless that other attorney comes back, there is no such thing as for that day. When
Well,
That's
yeah,
Melnick,
but I
and
don't
that's
think
hold
they
on,
right.
intended.
let me finish the statement.
Yeah,
Right.
When Melnick didn't come back, Judge Glanville could have called Melnick back or held him in contempt until he came back to court, because we see defense attorneys do it all the time when they don't want to do certain stuff. So here's the problem. The question becomes, okay, well, she claims she was only standing in for that day. Why did she not tell Glanville, okay, well, I'm only standing in for this day. You need to call Melnick back here and hold him in contempt so he get back to this court. Why didn't she do
be,
that? Why? Because
because
she knows there's
Glanville is
no
not
such
gonna do
thing.
that.
No. I
That
didn't ask
man is
you.
not gonna do that.
I didn't ask
No,
you what he was going to do. My question was,
she
if her claim to fame is I only was standing in for this day for this man, my
Right.
question to you is, why did she not go to Glanville and say, hey, listen, me and Melnick had an agreement. I'm only here for 24 hours. Could you please call Melnick back and tell me he has to stand in for his client? I'm telling you what we do in
I
court all
agree.
day
I agree
long.
with that.
So
But
for her,
what I think should have happened was when Melnick informed the judge, I can't make it. I think the judge should have said, okay, when can you? And then if he said 2 weeks down the line on the 28th, let's say I'm just giving a random date, that's
right?
when he said we'll resume with Woody, because they've done that early on in the trial where they've
I agree
brought
with that.
people back.
He should have done that. But what I'm saying is with Bumpus, all this she's only standing for the day. I'm saying that's BS. That's not how court works. That's not how the real world works. And
they
anyone
didn't
who's
they
an
didn't
attorney can tell you that's
We
not
can't
how this
speak on
works.
specific.
they
That's
didn't want Melnick in there because Melnick
yeah.
had already took his stance. That's why they
And
were
he knew
okay
Woody's
with
situation.
allowing. That's why
He
they were
knew.
okay with allowing Bumpus to stand in,
Right.
because they already knew her. They already knew that
Exactly.
they had leeway with her. So
Sylvia,
that's pretty much what it boils down to. And
Mhm.
actually, what you're saying is so correct, and it actually makes me see it even clearer. Like it's clear as day the judge and the district attorney was
They playing
Right.
games. And
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this too. I believe, and it's probably not a favorable opinion. I believe Bumpers was in on this little charade with them. I believe she just got caught up. Because to me it seemed like for you to sit, you listen, I'm studying to go to law school. I can tell you what it is. I'm in the courts every day. Ain't no such thing as 24-hour standing. We don't do that. Either I'm here for you today, or what we call it co-counsel, we call it second chair. It's a whole lot of things we call it, but we ain't using the word standing. So to me,
No. What I'm saying is I'm not saying for
Sylvia.
specifically 24 hours, but what I'm saying is she told him I'm only going to be here for 24 hours. So at that point, I think that's when Glanville should have said, well, it's going to take a lot longer with this particular witness. So let's go ahead and find another attorney. And then that's when he should have went to Melnick and said, do you have another attorney? Or
Yeah, I agree
I
with that.
think
He
to
should have said it.
resolve all of that, he should have just rescheduled and have Lil Woody come in 2-3 weeks later when Melnick was available. Because according to when I seen Melnick in court, he seems like he genuinely cares about Lil Woody, like straight up.
Yeah, I think
He
he
was
does.
fighting for him.
I think the play that they was trying to run, I think Melnick was not going to go for it, but I think Bumpers did. Personally, I think she went for the play. You know what I'm saying? I think Ms. Lovingham has a lot more pull than people realize. Because it's just her whole. I mean, she got the judge in the chokehold. I've never in my life seen in this. I'm in court almost every day. I've never seen a judge in a chokehold like Glanville. This dude he doesn't even run his courtroom. His courtroom is being ran by the prosecution.
Exactly.
So, to me, but I just don't think Bumpers get no pass. Like for me, she don't if and I'm gonna tell you the truth. When Judge Glanville said he can report her to the bar, I just think from reading the transcripts, there could be a complaint filed that she did not represent her client to the best of her ability. So that's just my opinion.
I agree with what you're saying.
AJ, yes, what's going on? You kept calling my name.
No, because I wanted your point of view, because you're in the courtroom, right? And we've been watching on camera, Love's animation. What's your point of view? Like, are you sitting right there, like behind her? And what's going on? Like, why is she so animated? Like, if you can tell, if you can say.
You're asking me why is she animated? That's just her, the way she do things. I don't know why
Like,
she do that.
She has motive. That's why I think. That's my take on that. I think she intentionally does that because she wants to. Me personally, I think her and Glanville
I
have
thought my
some
name
sort
was
of
Sylvia.
relationship.
I could have swore your name was Sylvia.
I could have sworn that too.
I mean,
I guess my name is Dom
Oh,
K.
go ahead. My fault.
I'll say Sylvia, and then other people start talking.
I was saying. I don't know why she's so animated. I think it's because she's very emotional, I see. Yes, I do sit behind them, and that's why I started showing their reaction to certain things because it's sometimes unbelievable because even Mr. Adam was saying how she reacts, and the jurors look at her when she make reactions like that. They're not supposed to be reacting. They're supposed to sit still, be professional, like Still do. You see, I Still just hold the pen in front of him, and he just look. He doesn't do any kind of. He don't do any of that. So she's just very animated.
I think she's also animated because she knows there's no repercussions for it. In court, there's just there's just stuff we don't do, and a judge will most likely will call a recess and say something to the attorneys outside the presence of the jury. But I've seen most judges say, "Hey, if you guys do that again, or if those kind of facial expressions are made again, I'm going to hold you in contempt." And usually, contempt is usually a fine. So even with him throwing Still in jail was over the top. But I think that she does what she does because there's no repercussions for it. Where if the defense was to try to pull that, he would definitely, there would be repercussion for it. I just think they're getting away with murder. If you look at this trial from a legal perspective, they're just getting away with absolute murder. The prosecution team, especially with handing over Brady evidence whenever they God given feel like it, and So I just think there's no repercussions for any of her actions. Of what because she wouldn't do it in federal court.
But okay,
there's no oversight.
Federal court is very strict, very strict.
There's no oversight in state court.
I disagree. There is.
I got kicked out of federal before because I did yes when they did
You a criminal, Sylvia.
Your mama. Oh, you see how you got me just going in. But I made a gesture, like a satisfaction gesture, and then they were like, "Ma'am," they put me out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, state courts are run strict too. It's just some judges, let people do what they, it depends on who the judge favors more. Some judges favor prosecutions more, so they don't say nothing to them. But I just feel like she's getting away with it because his courtroom is just not being ran like a true courtroom, because most judges that I've sat in courtrooms, they wouldn't even have played the first day. They would have told them, that's not what we doing. They'd have put her, matter of fact, they would have called her boss and had a meeting with her and her boss and said, you got to talk to your attorney, because that happens again, we're going to have a contempt hearing.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Well, guys, it's been 3 hours and 45 minutes, and I think we ran our mouth long enough. There is a lot of folks that have ran off because we've been running our mouth. Anybody would like to let me just call you individual so you can have your last say, and then we can move on and say good night. Mr. Dom K.
Thanks for having me, Sue. And then, just regarding the case, I think that my thoughts on if I personally feel Glanville will be recused or forced to recuse himself, I personally think he will have to. But that's just me. Thank you guys. You guys have a good evening. God bless.
Thank you, Dom. AJ.
I mean, like I always say, Silver, thank you for the platform. Thank you for informing us. Thank you for keeping us well informed and giving us this opportunity to speak our minds and all that, you know what I'm saying, stuff. And we still trying to meet up. I want to put that out there.
Oh, we supposed to be doing our little
Yes.
Our field trip, you and I.
Yes. We're still trying to do that. I want to do that before this is over with.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sylvia.
All right. Mr. Derek Jones. You muted, Derek. You're muted. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Miss Maya and Miss Sylvia, let me say this to y'all. I love y'all, appreciate y'all. I love my black folk. I want to connect with you guys because I want to make things right, where I'm at and in the vicinity. But I thank you, Miss Sylvia, for allowing me to be on this live stream. And Miss Maya, I want to connect with you because you the bomb. And I appreciate
Mosquitoes
y'all.
biting you, huh? The mosquitoes getting after you?
Hello? Yeah, you see me waving? I'm at my house and my wife look at me all crazy sometimes I'm on this thing, but I appreciate you, Miss Sylvia. And I really want connect with you and Miss Maya because they did some wrong things to me, and I just want to get connected with y'all guys. And I love y'all. I appreciate y'all black women, and keep doing what y'all do.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right, Fairmont.
Miss Sylvia, thanks for giving me a chance to be on your podcast. I enjoy what you do. I'm going to continue to tune in. Thanks for being there in the courtroom for us and actually just being an impartial party in the matter. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't look back. Continue to move forward.
Thank you so much, Fairmont. And last but not least, Maya.
Hey, Miss Sylvia, thank you for letting me be a part of the platform. I've been watching literally every day since you started streaming, so I just wanted to come on here and give my 3 cents.
You gave a good 3 cents. We appreciate your 3 cents.
Give my 3 cents. I love what you do, and hopefully, I don't know if you'll be going to the other hearings, motion hearings that they have them, but I'll continue to watch whatever you do because I love your platform. And that's it. I mean, I'm grateful for you. You've been a blessing. It's been awesome watching you too, because you keep it interesting, with the different angles and views and stuff like that. So I appreciate it. And it's good to have an unbiased opinions. I think some people are a little biased that have been reporting on it. So I appreciate your unbiased opinion.
Thank you. Thank you for coming up. All right, guys, everyone, I'm about to take myself off the live, and I will see you guys later. Hopefully, I may have some stuff for you guys. I have a bunch of stuff. Remember, I got all of this. I got all of these. Remember, I got all of this. These are all stuff with YSL. These are backup. And I got another one here. So YSL is full to the max around here. All right. So you will never get bored of watching stuff that I have from my own personal as well as the live streamings that we have. So y'all just let me know when y'all ready to overload, okay? Because we might be off for a little while, but we don't have no I have stuff that you guys have never seen, never ever seen. So let me know what y'all want to watch. Again, thank you guys. Thank you. I know you guys been looking for me to find Ashley Merchant. If somebody could text it to me, and next time I go live, I can put it up because I could not find it. Okay, I could not try looking for it. I could not find the tweet from her. You guys have a great, wonderful, wonderful evening if I don't come back on. But since I'm bored out of my skull with no YSL, I probably will be back on to bring you guys some other content, okay? You guys have a great night. God bless you. Remember, may the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another. Amen. Have a good one. You said interview with Fonnie Willis. You know what? I'm going to ask her. Probably, she probably won't, but I'm going to ask her. See you guys later. Bye.